Good morning. Got show and tell before we get crack-a-lacking. Happy wonderful Wednesday. Hi, Darla. Can y'all hear me okay? Does this sound okay? Hi, Teresa. Happy hump day to you too. Hi, Nanette. Is that light on? Let's see. Let's turn. Why is that light not very bright? Okay. Sound is good. Thanks. Thanks, guys. How y'all doing? Thanks, Nanette. Hi, Christine. How y'all doing? So, yeah. Hi, G. Okay, Pamela, as usual. Hi, Debbie the Doodler. Zane. Anybody else? Let's see. I said hi to Christine. Hi, Molly. Rusha. Welcome. Hi, Scrap Girl. How you doing? Karina. Anybody I'm missing? So, yeah, I got cats are going to be coming up here in a minute, I'm sure. Hi, Megan. So I have a couple new comics in that I had I got through online, what do you call it, campaign, where you support someone making their comics. And Mike S. Miller is a very well-known comic creator in the comic industry. I think he says, I've been in the comic industry, I think he says 28 years. So anyway, but if you don't follow Mike S. Miller, he has YouTube and, he's all over the internet. But anyway, so I got his LoneStar 1 from 2018 because I did not get 18. So I ordered the 2018 third one, and then I got some cards with it. Let's do a little show and tell of that. And some other things. I got some pens in from Jet Pens. Hi, Doris. Tanya Zeely. Hi, Zeely. How you doing? And Nanette. Oh, good, Nanette. I'm glad you're looking forward to hanging with everyone. Julie, welcome. Did I say hi to Megan, Tanya? I know I'm probably missing people. Hello, lovely art. So yeah, if y'all don't know, my name's Dee Dee. This is Coffee and Art in the Morning. I come on every Monday, Wednesday, and then an occasional Friday or impromptu during the week, and at 9 a.m. Eastern. But I usually come on about 8:30 to say good morning to everybody. And that reminds me, I should tweet. So yeah, just to say hi, check in, because once I start working and stuff on projects, then it's hard to keep up with 100% of the chat. But a couple things, make sure you have live chat clicked at the top. If you talk to, put it in caps. I won't think you're yelling at me. Put it in caps if you're talking to me. If you're not talking to me, don't put it in caps, because then I'm going to be going, what did I miss? Hi, Ann. Hi, Tori. So let me go ahead and tweet real quick. In the morning live. And yeah, there's the coffee. And I have a little artist palette somewhere. It's missing. Oh, well. Let's see. Link in profile. So what's everybody else working on? Anybody working on anything? Anybody working on anything fun? Coloring, drawing, painting? What are y'all doing these days? Tell everybody what y'all are doing. Hi, Julie. Noonies. Oh my gosh, Noonies. Hi, Fritchie. I'm going to look for my little artist palette here somewhere. Where'd it go? There it is. Oh, you're still doing the hairy color. Did you do the Zeely? Did you do the color along over the last weekend with the Harry Potter thing with Vic. I think it was Vicky, right? Coloring with Vicky. Did you weekend? Okay, I'm hoping I'm not going to set connection unstable. Are we okay, guys? Let's hope we're not going to be having issues today. There's coloring with Vicky. And if YouTube glitches for a second, make sure that you didn't get knocked back out of HD. Go to your little setting wheel and make sure you're still in 720 or 1080p. Okay. Oh, there's some goods out there, lovely art. There's some good watercolor books. Just go to Amazon. Trust me, you'll find some and put in watercolor if you want beginning, advanced. Just put in what you're looking for. You'll find tons of them. There's lots of nice watercolor books out there. I don't really do watercolor that much. I mean, I use watercolor in projects, but I don't really do watercolor paintings per se. I've done a couple, but a few, but it's not what I do all the time. Let's see. Pastels. What kind of pastels are you using, Amy? I don't like the chalky pastels. I like pan pastels. Hi, Louise. How you doing? Amy? Anybody else I might be missing? Hi, Kangaroo. Kangaroo and I was gonna say I stayed up late last night with Kangaroo watching the comic book hut draw, but for Kangaroo it was in the morning, so because she's in Australia. But yeah. Oh, and speaking of, I'm gonna be on the comic book hut tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to watch me and Hut draw, we're going to be on at 7 p.m. on his channel on the Comic Book Hut. So go follow the Hut. That's what I call him, the Hut. And we're going to draw together at 7 tonight. Let's see. Hi, Melinda. Do the pan pastels have it? I have no idea what's in the pan pastels, Noonie. I have no idea what's in them. I don't know the chemistry of them. I just know they're not chalky. They're not chalky. They're not oily like an oil pastel, but they're not dry and chalky like a regular pastel tends to be. Let's see. I've been trying to use them more and use them in my portrait commissions. And so, yeah, I haven't shown anything using them lately on the channel. Let's see, who else? Yeah, yeah, lovely. Just yeah, Google it or look it up on Amazon. Hi, Leah. Hi, Pacola. Just getting started here. Well, there you go. Somebody was suggested Jason Morgan for soft pastels. I don't know who that is. Hi, Leah. Leah S. We have two Leahs. Let's see, Melinda S. And yeah. So I just set this book here. This is kind of my current, throw the ideas in, throw my Post-it notes in, but I wanted something on the table for because I take a thumbnail when you start live. It takes a thumbnail of whatever's there. So if there's nothing there, then your thumbnail is going to have nothing. Now a lot of times I change the thumbnails depending on what we end up doing throughout the day. Sometimes I'll change the thumbnail, but I try to set up something nice for it. For YouTube to take the thumbnail picture at the very beginning when you first go live. So yeah. So what is everybody else working on? Hi, Carol Vick. I said hi to Nanette, Amy, Nancy, Christine. I'm sure I'm missing some people. I'm just kind of skimming through the chat list here. Thanks everybody for the thumbs up already. We already have almost 100 people. Thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for being here. I hope you get some inspiration, some ideas. make yourself a society of idea collectors notebook and write things down, collect your ideas up, not just from my show, but from everybody's. So, hi, Janet. Oh, I'm sorry, Anne. I'm sorry, and I'm sure whoever gets it will appreciate your you taking the time to do that if you're making one. Let's see. I'm sure I'm missing people. So again, this is just a sketchbook that you saw me throwing some ideas down in it, and anyway, I'm going to come back here. I just pulled this out here so we can have a place so I can show Janet, well, everybody, but these are the new colors of the Fude Touch pens. I have the first set. I think it's a new set of colors. It's new to me from Jet Pens. And so I'm going to just do a little, I don't know if they have the actual color names on them. Does it have a color name? Yeah, it does. It's hard to see, but they do have the color names on them. So I just thought I'd write them out. Let the torture begin. And then I also, like I showed at the beginning, and I'll start with this. I backed Mike S. Miller's LoneStar campaign on Indiegogo, and so this was the first one, 2018. Well, what happened is I follow him, and I follow a lot of the comic book people, and but Edwin read excerpts out of the Lone Star one. This is from 2018. Well, Mike also republished it with the second one, and there's going to be a third one. So anyway, after he read some of this one, I got to get that. So when Lone Star 2 came out, Mike offered them together. So I bought them both, of course. And so I'm going to do a little flip through these. And I'm not going to spoil it, but, I'm going to do a little flip. So the first one, now this one's more out there because from 2018, here's all the information of who was involved in it. I'll just hold that right there. If you don't follow Mike S. Miller on YouTube and everywhere, that's him right there. And Blacklist Universe is his YouTube channel. Y'all have heard me talk about it before. I'm going to try to hold it up here so you don't get the glare. Don't forget, guys, if you talk to me, put it in caps. Hi, Kimberly. Let's see who else. I'm sure I'm missing some people. So, yeah. So I'm going to do just a little flip through here. And it's called Lone Star, Heart of the Hero. That was the first one. And so when he does the next book or any of his books, follow his campaigns. And I don't know if he'll do them all on Indiegogo or Kickstarter, but just follow Mike S. Miller, and you'll then he'll talk about it because it takes some months to get the books, because you're helping support a creator from start to finish. So it takes, and I'm just skipping through. It takes some time to do the creation, and so you're backing the creator while he's or she they're making their projects, and they smell so good. Got to take that sniff moment. Y'all know I love to sniff. I'm an ink. I love the smell of the ink in the morning. So anyway, and then Lone Star 2 is Soul of the Soldier. And so anyway, it looks like this is going to be like a vampire, but they're watching a movie. So, but anyway, so this is the second one. Again, there's going to be a third one. This right here, I love this. He's shown this before. Isn't that a neat full page right there? I love that one. So, and I think Mike bases all his pretty girls on his wife. He has a beautiful wife and 5 awesome children, and they're always on his show in the background doing stuff whenever he's streaming. So, yeah, follow Blacklist Universe, Mike S. Miller, and he's an amazing artist. No, but I mean, he does detail. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that art. Look at that detail. Isn't that awesome? I mean, just beautiful artwork. And he'll do drawings on his show, and so you can watch him draw and ink and talk about all his concepts and his projects. So yeah, follow Mike. Um, and yeah, so I just want to do a little bit. I think there's the last page has a little. So here's the for the third one here. So yeah, I hope y'all will go follow Mike and back projects that I know, right, Melinda? And back projects that he makes, because he is an amazing artist and he has been in the comic industry. He always announces it at the beginning of his show. 28 years, I think, maybe it's 29 now, but he's been in the industry a long, long time. And so I wanted to show and they come back they come packaged so nice. Of course, they came in sleeves with the backing board. Then they came in here because I got two. Some people got more, 4 or 5 or different amounts. And then he had these. Each one was inside here, and then this was inside another cardboard box. So it was very, very well packaged. There wasn't a dent, a scratch, a nothing. They're like just pristine, and they smell so good. Oh my gosh, they smell so good. So yeah, so just want to show you that real quick. So thanks, Mike, for getting them here safe and sound, and continued good success on your projects. So let's see what chat's saying. Yeah, oh, cardboard, Fritchie. Oh, and I forgot to show you. So then he also has the little art cards in here, and there's 4 of them. So let me kind of just show them to you here. So there's 4 of these, and then when you turn them over, they make a little puzzle. They make a little puzzle here. So yeah. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. That was pretty neat. So I'll have to put this with my comic collection of people I back. And yeah, I haven't read them yet. The first one I know of through Edwin's readings and just being around it for a while, because it's from 2018, but I haven't read them through yet. So I'm looking forward to that. I love the smell of new books in the morning. I know, right, Doris? Exactly. Some of y'all will get that. Hi, Carla. Hi, Teresa Church. Yeah, I know. Aren't they nice? Yeah. So y'all follow Blacklist Universe, Mike S. Miller. Hi, Tracy. Yes, they are. Yeah, Tracy said comic book people are very serious on the shape of their books. Yes. I want them to be pristine and all that. And his came just fine. He's backed in double layers of heavy cardboard. It's not like that kind of cardboard you can just bend. So, all right. So let's see here. Let's kind of turn up maybe the light just a little, because I don't want it to be too dark. And I want to do a pen test with these pen tests. Are you going to have to get the crayons out? Yeah, my crayons. I Nanimo, my crayons. I know. I love the smell of crayons too. I love the smell of ink. I love the smell of a bookstore, a new bookstore. I don't really love the smell of old books unless it has the smell of like leather. But yeah, I think it's what it is. The ink, makes the smell of books so awesome. Let's see. Remember when teachers would print out worksheets and hand them straight off the printer? The smell of them. Yeah. Mimeographs, Carol. Mimeographs. And I remember when I was a kid, when I was in elementary school at the end of the year, and the teachers were throwing out all those old mimeograph sheets. Carol, if you like the smell of them, you probably did this too. And you ask the teachers, can I have those? Like old worksheets that they had throughout the year. There'd be tons of them, stacks and stacks of worksheets. And then you'd go home and play school with your sisters all summer. Yeah, me too, Carla. And then you'd go play school. Of course, I was the oldest one, so I was the teacher. Here come the cat. No, baby, can't go by the cord. Stay on this side. Stay on this side. And yeah, then we play school all summer with the old worksheets, and your old broken crayons and whatever else you had left over from the school year. Yeah, great memories. Yeah, you did that, Molly? Okay, so yes, little Malibu. We'll let her stay here for a minute and pet her. We'll pet the little baby girl. She wants some attention. That's how I talk to her. That's how I talk to her all the time. Little baby girl. And so these are the new pen colors, Janet, or anybody. I'll read them off as I do a little test. So let's see. I'm going to move them to the side, and we'll just start. Let me unbend my page, girl. There we go. Now you can lay down. Okay, so this one is called Pink Purple. So let's see. Let's zoom in just a little. Well, if I zoom in, you probably won't be able to see the cats. So let's see. Pink. Just to show you the colors. It's called Pink Purple. Well, that is kind of far away. I'm going to have to zoom in. The cat will just have to stick her little paw up there. She is sweet. They're both sweet. But, all right, so there's Pink Purple. You want that pen? All right, then the next one here, I'm just grabbing in random. This one is called Pale Pink. It's kind of more of a, not really peach, but it's not really very pink to me. Pale pink. Let's see. Now let's get this one here. This one is Burgundy. And I love these because of the flexible nib. The flexible plastic nib makes these, is it A-N? Burgundy or U-N? U-N. I thought it was an A-N, but they're spelling it with a U. To make these letters, thick and thin letters, brush lettering. You probably can't see the color, but the white's going to flash that. I'll hold it up in a minute. Everybody's looking at the kitty anyway. Oh, there she goes. All right. See you later, baby. All right. Then this one is Blue Violet. Kind of a wisteria color. I'll show you the other colors I have too. Blue Violet. Let's see what this one is. This one is Gray Blue. Do they spell it with an A or an E? They spell it with an E. They're kind of pastel colors, this set. So it's probably a little hard to see. I'll hold it up in a minute. Well, sometimes, Sin, they are. Sometimes they do snatch them up and go running with them. Light gray, which again, you're probably not going to be able to see very well. And then blue black. I'm just trying to read the exact. I want to, so if I ever want to reorder, if you don't want to order the whole set, you can order them individually because Jet Pens does sell them individually. Of course, they run out. They do run out. Let's see. Pale blue. I'm not really taking the time. I did to make sure they're thick and thin, but I just want the colors. Hi, Astrid. Which is here afternoon in the Netherlands. Yeah. Well, welcome. Prisma. Hi, Prisma. My nibs used to be flexible. Now they're stiff. I'm getting oh, brother. You're so corny. But I love it. I love it, Prisma. Hi, Kenny. Anybody else? I'm sure I'm missing people coming in. Gail. I found it. Let's see. What did you say, Gail? If y'all are talking to me, put it in caps, please. They are the Signa, the brush sign pen. They're They're like the Fude Touch. Like, well, I got the other set in here. I'll show them to you. But probably if you want to find them on jet pen, put in brush sign pen. That's probably how you'll find them easiest on jet pens. Hi, Devin. Coloring K. I said hi to Carla. Galena, you have Black Widow color pencils. Yes, I do have the Black Widow color pencils. I have them all, Galena. The Cobra, the Black Widow, the Spider. What are they? And what's the Scorpion, Cobra? Yeah, there's four sets. I have them all. I used them a couple weeks ago. They're okay. They're not bad. Okay, so this one is Turquoise Green. Let's see if I can spell it right. Is it T-O? I always get it wrong. T-O or T-U? Is it O-I? I might be spelling it wrong, but you know what I mean. Turquoise Green. Let's do this one. This one is olive green. And I know it's hard to see because the white is going to flash out all the color. So I'll hold it up so you can see it. Olive green. And then this one is light green. It's a lime green, but they're calling it light. So when I saw Jet Pens came out with this new color set, you know, I had to get it. And this one is pale brown. Kind of a tan color. I'll show you the other set too. All right, so let's see if we can get some color to show up. There you go. Because the white wants to flash it out. Are the pens waterproof? I don't think they're waterproof. We'll let's get a water brush and find out. Let me make sure the tip of this is clean though, because if I use some watercolor on the tip is not probably going to be perfectly clean. Yeah, see, I was using it with some black paint. So let's squeeze that out and get it nice and clean, because then it's going to look like it is smearing when it's not. Come on. A lot of black paint still left in here. Okay, so let's see. No, see, it's moving. It's not moving a lot, but it is moving. Let's hold it up here. Okay, but I didn't expect them to be waterproof. All right. So, all right. Let's get our color back. Maybe a little. Again, white paper. It's not happy. All right, so let's see what I have in here. I think I have two sets of the same thing. So yeah, I do. So I'm going to have, but I'll just do one of each. Okay, so here's the duplicate of this, and we'll just, as I'm going to put these now, I'm going to put them in my, this is my Terry Trouble pen case. So these new ones are going to go in here, and then as I use them, I'm going to put them in there as well. All right, so let's see what these colors are. And this one has Touch. This is a Fude Touch. They're the same pen, but they just have, you know, a different name on them, but they're the same pen. And I've got them all from Jet Pens. They're the same pen, but anyway. Let's see. Hi, Rain Willow. Who else? I know I'm missing people while I'm writing these out. Okay, this one is, are the color names not on here? Are the colors not on this set? They just have numbers, and these are all in Japanese. They're made in Japan. Oh, I'm just going to have to write something then, because I don't see the names on these. I don't see the names on these. Okay, I'm just going to write what, I'll put an asterisk because these are my names, because I don't know what the names are. I made that kind of fat. It's all in Japanese. I'll just call it light blue. I could have called it probably baby blue, but anyway. All right, so there's that. And I got 2 of each, so I'll just put one away and use the other one. Yeah, there's no name on them that I'm seeing, unless I'm missing it somewhere. It's pretty tiny, and y'all know if it gets that tiny, I have to get out a magnifying glass. But I don't see a name. Okay, I'm going to just call this one dark blue. I think I'll write here in Japanese, because these are not in, there's no English name, color name on them that I can see. Okay. All right, next I got 2 of is the purple. The Fabulous Fibs. Oh, hi, Judy. Oh, good morning. Yeah, it's nice here too. We got a real pretty weather today. All right, let's see. I need to go to the post office. So, okay, I'm just going to call this one green. I got some things to get mailed out today, so I'll do that after the show. I'll run to the post office. Don't forget, guys, at 7 p.m. tonight Eastern, I'm going to be on the Comic Book Hut. I'm going to be on the Comic Book Hut show. Oh, what is this one? Oh, this is a Paper Mate flare. It should. I have another thing with flares. Is it this one? No, that's my. I have another pin case that the flares go in, so that's just out of place. All right, so then let's do. I got 2 pinks, and see, this is a different pink than these. They are different. Okay, then I got orange. And I do use these quite often. I use these when I'm doing different projects where I'm note taking and studying or listing. I like these for my contents or header. Like if I'm doing a project on a certain topic, I'll use these to title it and have a header. Because they're just big enough, not too big. I mean, they're too big to write everything, but they're nice title pens. Okay, then let's see. This one is kind of what I call this yellow. Yeah, this is just yellow. These are more just your standard colors in this set. Yellow, red, brown. And this all came in one set, and these all came in another set. I should probably write that down. Let's see. This is set 2, and this is set 1. Thank you, Bacola. Yes, did you watch it, Doris? You watched him draw Storm? Yeah. See a friend that Terry is anyone's. I see Terry and her husband post on Facebook. They're always on walks and in nature and exploring. So they're having too much fun to be hang out with us. But they seem to be fine. I haven't talked to her or anything, but she does post their walks and photos and stuff on Facebook. So you were lurking, Doris, at Huts? Yeah. I stayed up till like midnight watching him draw that last night. Hi, Scoops. Hi, Judy333. Halia. Who else? Susie's Craft Room. I know I'm missing people. Thanks, everybody. Okay, then I have, this is gray. I don't know if it's supposed to be silver or kind of a gray, but it's a darker gray. There's gray. And I also have black, but I usually keep the black ones because I use the black ones for lots of other things. Okay, I did the gray. And now I think this is supposed to be gold color. It's not shiny gold. There's no gold in it. I mean, it's not like metallic at all that I can tell, but it's that kind of a goldy color. And then, of course, black, which I use the black ones. I bought whole sets of the black ones individually. So you can do that too. All right. So there we go. there are the colors in the 2 sets. So if you're interested in getting them off of Jet Pens. Now the flare, the Papermate flares, their nib is not, it doesn't bend, like it's not as flexible. But I'll just write over here, like you can write it, you can do kind of the same thing. It's small because it doesn't bend, it doesn't flex. But you can, so you can see the size difference. Can you see the size there? The flare is thinner. You can still do thick and thin. You can still do thick and thin, but not, it's not as thick as that, because these are more flexible than the flare. But the flares are so, they have so many colors too. So yeah, that's a flare. Okay. So yeah, I got my little Terry Trouble. Let me just zip it so you can see. Terry Trouble was making, she had a little tag, and so she was making these for a while. I don't think she's making them anymore, so you missed out. So yeah, I wanted to show you those pens if you like them, especially Janet, because Janet and I, you know, I won't say what we are, but we like our pens. So let's see. Oh yes, for sure. If y'all missed Monday's show, Janet, she was doing Zentangle, and she was showing all her different samples out of her Zentangle sample books that she's got. Oh my gosh. Janet, if you like Zentangle, I mean, I'm sure there's more Zentangle, what do they call it when you're certified? Janet's certified. She's not a certified. She's not a certified Zentangler, but she is awesome. She's an excellent Zentangler. She's the best Zentangler I personally know. I'm sure. Well, you're getting close, Judy. But I was going to say something else, but I won't say it. Hi, Elaine. Let's see. Yes, Janet. If you like to see Zentangle, go watch Janet's Monday show. Okay, so this is just some of my idea, you know, and I'll probably put those swatches again in my Jane book. Now let me go ahead. On Monday, you know, I deconstructed the Jane Mermaid and put it in. Let's see, if I need to back out just a little. Hang on. I deconstructed the Jane Mermaid book. And I showed on Monday how I was going to put it in a Canson mixed media. You can see a little bit left right there of the Canson mixed media, and put it in a deconstruct the actual book and washi tape the pages into the Canson mixed media. I need to back out one more or two. So not only did I do that, let's go over here and let's see. I'm going to get my color there. Okay, I think that's good. Hopefully we're lit up well enough. Hi, Mama 4. Hi, Muffy. I know I'm missing people. Thanks, everybody, for popping in. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for everybody lurking. We love our lurkers. So I did bring it down to a smaller. Let's take out. There's the sticker pages. I didn't put the sticker pages in. I had these huge rings in here because I didn't know how thick it was going to be. Well, after I finished the book, I was able to bring it down to some smaller rings. And I had these pewter ones, so I put it on these pewter ones. But this is the thickness, as you can see. This is how thick the Canson mixed media is. A brand new one. I'm maybe one page out or something. And so after I finished doing the mermaid book, I had room. So I did the other book too. So you can see from the side how thick it got. It flares out some. So I have two Jane Davenport books deconstructed in this one Canson mixed media. So I'm going to give you a little tour. So I kept the covers and the in paper, and then this is some of her giant washi tape. So I covered the actual Canson mixed media here. I didn't put anything here yet because I wanted you to see how I just overlapped it. I am going to put something here. I did that on the back. So here's the back cover covered with that tissue. It's not really, I guess it's tissue paper. The back and the inside. And then I had one page left out of the book. So I put her face right there in the back. So back to the front here, I washi taped in every single page or two together. Okay, so that might have two. There's a couple places where I actually did three, Gail. And so what you can do if you're brave enough to deconstruct a Jane book and put it in a binder. You know, my other books are all in that big binder. I showed it on Monday. I'm not going to show that one again because y'all have seen it a few times. If you want to see my other Jane, the big thick binder, I would love all of these in one book, but the binder's already this thick. These two books were not going to fit in that big binder. So then you have a blank page to do your work, to do your practice. Okay. So, and I did, except for this, when I started putting some flipping on the inside and some flipping out. But as I went on, I said, I think I want them all to flip out because it's easier to read and work if they're flipped out rather than in and on the hump. So I started flipping them all going to the outside like this, right? So they all flip out, going out. Oh, well, look, we got our color back with that little flip. And then I did a little test here just to show you. She showed some of her watercolors here. So I pulled out some of her watercolors and started swatching them just so you could see how, you know, different things you can do. And I put one of my little hand carved stamps there just because. So I got in the whole, there's a couple pages where there's two, and then where you need to work on something. And then that way you can flip through and have a page to actually do the projects on, right? So I did this. I finished it up during Janet's 3 hours or however long Janet streamed on Monday. So you saw me started on Monday's show. And then what I did is finished it up on Janet's. So we did a couple of the little sketches there just to show how you can practice. You can practice on the inside pages. Okay. I did some of her paint swatches there. So some of these have 2 pages, right? So that I kept some of the step outs together so you can work on them. And I know the light keeps flicking as I go from the color to the white paper, and that's just the camera is going to do that. So I got all the mermaid book deconstructed. Here's chapter 5, 2 pages there. So it's going to be fun to play in this book. So after I finish, which you'll see here in a minute, there's chapter 6. And everything's double washi. So like if there's 2 pages, I've got the washi here, the washi on the inside, and the washi on every page because you want it to stay in, you know. Let's see. I know I'm probably missing stuff in chat. Thanks, guys, for being here. All right. So then this one has just this one. Then this has 2 here. So you can work in the book. You can work in the actual book with the Jane's step outs. And we'll probably do some of this just because it's fun. We'll do a couple of Jane's things, Jane's little projects. If you really want to see a lot of Jane's products and Jane's books and a lot of mermaids, go follow Zandra, Scraps to Beauty Zandra. Follow Zandra. She streams every Sunday around 4:30 on YouTube. And she has every Jane product. And she's actually gone to Australia to one of Jane's workshops. So she's actually been to Jane's workshops in Australia. Zandra has. She, CB, Janet. Who else went with you? Was it just the 3 of you? Am I missing somebody, Janet? Janet, CB, Zandra, they all flew to Australia together to go visit Jen Osgram. And Zandra stayed Xandra stayed after everybody left for a couple more months, I think. She stayed a couple more months to go to James Davenport's workshops. So how big? I showed Janice. I showed my washi collection on Monday. I don't want to pull it out now because I have to move the fan and move things around. But I showed it on Monday. Thanks, Pacola. Pacola put in a link to Xandra's channel, Scraps to Beauty. Let's see. Hi, Cindy Lee. Was it just the three of you? Just the three of you, yeah. That's what I thought. And then Xandra stayed for a month or two more. So this is the back of the book right here. So then what I did, I had room. I went ahead and put this book of Jane's. This is her previous book, but for this one, well, I think she had one in between too. But this is her I Heart Drawing series book. So I went ahead and I did that book. So this actually has two of Jane's books in it. So again, I kept the fly leaf there. And then everything flips out here. There's the contents page, chapter 1. And I kept all the information. I didn't, I kept every bit of the book. Every bit of the book is in here. So now and I told y'all this on Monday. Jane shows you how to draw the figure using hearts, using heart shapes. And in this book, which is at the very back of the book, which I kept, I haven't punched them out yet, but at the back of the book, she has these little hearts that you can punch out for templates. If you're afraid to try to draw it yourself, she has all these little heart templates you can punch out. And then she has an envelope in the back of the book for you to keep them in. So if you punch them out, you don't want to lose them, her little templates. Then after you punch them out, here's a girl here too. Then you can keep them in here. So you can keep them in the back of the book. Okay, that's at the last of the book. So she shows you how to use heart shapes to draw the figure. And again, because I have taped in, we have a place to do the work. So I loved doing this on Monday. I spent the whole, I spent an hour and a half, 2 hours on my show and another 2 or 3 hours at Janet's. So I would say it probably took me about, to do both these books, washi tape them in because they're washi tape front and back, about 4 to 5 hours, somewhere between 4 to 5 hours. Let's see. So Tani put in an Amazon order. It's easy to do with our group. You put in a lot of Amazon, or you're at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, and if Eileen's around, you're going to find some obscure stuff that you need from Eileen or Enabler Elf. But that all sounds good. You're going to start getting it in today, Tanya. Tanya, do you have a YouTube channel or an Instagram? I can't remember. So anyway, yeah, you'll have to keep us posted. This one I kept this is the one that had the most pages. I think I kept 5 pages together because all these kind of went together. So of course I washi taped every one because I don't want them to fall out, right? And then you have here a place to do the work. So, hi, Colleen. Oh, no, I'm probably missing some people coming in. So, again, deconstructed the Jane. This is 2 books in one. And I have 3 of her books. I have 3 of her books in my binder, in my Jane Jonna Junk Journal binder. Yeah, because it's a combination of a lot of things in that one. Oh, thanks, Pacola. Yeah, Sandra's shop is Paint and Paper Studio.com, and she always has awesome products, but they sell out fast. So if you see Xandra, Scraps to Beauty Xandra, post on Instagram that she has new stuff in her shop, Paint and Paper Studio shop, then you need to go get it if you want it because it goes fast. You got a camera to start? Well, start one, Tanya. Just give it a whirl. Just go hit the live button and go. We'll be there to help you. I do a few every now and then, like I'll do a outdoor, go shopping and do something on my phone, but I don't do very few recorded videos that I have to go edit. I just go live and then it gets uploaded. Right after the show, it's uploaded within an hour, sometimes two. The live show and the live chat. I don't edit anything. I don't, it just is what it is. If something doesn't turn out, if something, gets messed up, we just keep rolling. Just start over. Keep rolling. So again, you can see how you can just flip these out and do the projects on the blank paper. So, and it's just so pretty, isn't it? Isn't it pretty? And you can paint, you could swatch, you could try different colors, different ideas, make things your own, because I know that's what Jane wants you to learn, the techniques, and then make things your own. So here's two on this one. This one is feet and shoes. So yeah, you can do all the projects actually in the book rather than having the book. Now this one I taped this way. I don't know why. I think I just accidentally taped it on the wrong side. I can move it because I have them all flipping out for the purpose of ease, getting them out of your way while you're working, right? So yeah. So these are the two Jane books that I deconstructed and put in here. And then I have, I think that was the last page. I wanted this together at the end. Here are her templates. And I just punched a hole because the thing about putting a ring in is you can add pages. Now, I use smaller rings. I had them real big rings on Monday, and I swapped them out because that it worked with the smaller ones. But if your book gets thicker, you can just make bigger rings, and you can punch in and add your own papers. This is just the Canson mixed media, so it's like kind of oversized so that the book fits in and you have lots of room to practice. But you can punch in and add your own papers. So these are her templates. And again, at the back, she has a little envelope for you to put the little template hearts in. And that's it. That is it. And then the back I covered with her paper. The same thing for the front. I could put this on the inside and keep this as the cover. That's probably the best thing to do. Have this and this as the cover. And then, because I have two books in there, and move this to right on the inside here. So I'll probably do that. So there we go. That's what I did on Monday on my show and during Janet's stream. And the books do come with stickers and collage papers. Some other stuff over here too. I got some other collage papers over there somewhere. So this is all Jane's, comes in her back of her books as well. So there you go. That's going on with the Jane books. I'm looking around. Oh, I did go to Hobby Lobby because I needed some more black cardstock because a lot of the art that I send you guys all mounted on black cardstock. And so I need a lot of black cardstock. And Hobby Lobby always has them on sale because I use their Paper Studio brand, so I can get it for 50% off. Let me take a sip of juice here. And then I walk the store and see what's new everywhere or what's on clearance. Over in the calligraphy section, which is over in the, like where the Copic markers are and the pens and inks and everything, they have this paper hanging, and it's like parchment. Now, this is the kind of stuff I would have used to use back in my calligraphy days, and they had a pack. Well, they actually had this size and a wider size, like maybe a 12 by 12 size. So I just got the smaller size, and they're kind of crunched and they're kind of bent, and I like that. I like how they're just kind of, and they're very crunchy. Very, they feel like almost like real parchment. ASMR moment. So I got a pack of it, and this is what it looks like on the front. And I tested some watercolors. Look how it takes watercolor. I was so surprised that it took, that's watercolor. Just the little, the little sets that I have. That is actual, but this is the front. Suggested uses, letters, birth announcements, baby shower. a party, wedding, thank you notes, scrapbooking, place cards. Of course, I just like to do regular calligraphy. But yeah, I'm not sure how many sheets are in here, 20 maybe. But, isn't that awesome? Look at that. So I don't know if all the Hobby Lobbies have it or how often. I just don't ever remember seeing it. I don't ever remember seeing this paper over there in the ink set. Could have been there all the time, and I just never noticed it. But yeah, so I bought this pack, and but I was really surprised at how that watercolor did not flare, and look how opaque it stayed. So let's see. Elaine's D, thanks for the deli. Oh, good, you got them. You're gonna varnish them for vintage and crunchy look. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I sent out a whole bunch. I sent out the first 10 people. I had 10. Sent out 10 packs of the deli sheet. Sorry, the brown deli paper. I asked if anybody that did jelly plating had never tried the brown deli paper. Which, by the way, I got the idea. What do you call it? Enabling from Colleen, because Colleen had the brown Eco Light deli paper for jelly plating. That's a lot to say. And so I knew that a lot of y'all wanted to test it out before you bought a pack. Let me show you the pack. But this is the brand. It's called Eco Craft Bakery Tissue. It's deli paper. And this is what we jelly plate on. And you can get it in white too, which I've done it in white. But anyway, Colleen enabled us with the brown. And I like to crunch it up and then jelly plate the deli paper. Oh, that's so hard to say. And so they come out nice and crunchy. And let me see if I have some. Here's some white and here's some brown. So I have bundles of both. Let's get the color back here. I have bundles of both that I've done with, here it is on the brown. Let me find some with I was going to try to find some color on it. This is just a little sliver. These are what I use to do some of those, what do you call it, little collages a couple weeks ago. And so you see how when you crunch them up, when you do this and then jelly plate it, it gives you a crunchy look. Oh, you're welcome, Tanya. You got yours too? Okay, good. You're choosing. Now, I sent them to you to use, Tanya. At least use a couple of them. I think I sent everybody 7 or 8 sheets. So use some of it. And so this is the brown. I just have them in a bundle. And then here's some of the white. This is some of the white. And I have all kinds of bundles with different colors to use in collage. And just different colors. And yeah. So and I know a lot of people, and we used to do a lot of it. Jelly plate with stencils. If you want to see that done with a lot of stencils and layers, Patty Tolly Parrish uses a lot of stencils in her jelly plating with deli paper. So hard to say all that. And I've just kind of, because I'm going to use mine, let's pick this up. I'm going to use mine to tear up and collage with. So, let me just pull one out here. And I don't even think I have one of I gave all the collages away that I made. So I can't even show you a sample. Because, when I made all those, I gave them all away last week. Why does I keep wanting to? Okay. So what I'll do is I will take and tear these down and make them into landscapes. So, let's just use this paper. So I'll turn these into little landscapes. And then what I did last week, we took some of the little collage items out of, need another color. out of some of the collage books, and you use stickers or anything you want. So, just make you a little landscape out of it. And then I added a planet and one little item, a mushroom, a flower, a butterfly. And we made some real simple collages I guess it was last week, maybe the week before. And made some very simple collages to show you that anybody can do it. Anybody can make those simple collages. And if you don't have deli paper and jelly plating, you can do the same type of thing with, hold on, let me get one of my samples here. You can do the same thing with some kind of a magazine image, and you can tear these down, and you can make a landscape out of different textures, from magazine images. So you don't have to have deli plating and jelly paper to do these little collages that are very simple. So anyway, I got this paper at Hobby Lobby over in the calligraphy inking section. And it's just real crunchy. It just reminds me of when I did calligraphy by hand with the nibs and the dip pens back in, let's see, back in the day. And you can see it, and I know it's horrible, and I don't clean my pen nibs. Janet's probably going to faint. I rinse them out, but I'm not real careful with them. But they kind of they give me a nice a nice writing when I do with old nibs, because these are quite old. Yeah, of course I have my little nib holder, which I don't know exactly where it is. It's up there somewhere. But anyway, so I just have different feathers and the fountain pens, and just different, because I used to do calligraphy all the time. And then Mom gave me, I don't know if I can see if I can stand up in my chair. Hang on, I know y'all don't want to see my feet, so let me get up here. So I have a collection of feathers and a vintage inkwell that Mom gave me, that she got in England. This little vintage crystal inkwell. And so I just keep all my feathers. Well, not all of them. This one is an actual pin feather here. These are over in my nibs, although this one could go in here. So I have all my feathers, and you can see I've inked with them. So they go in here. I keep them in the inkwell like this, because it just looks pretty, right? So, but I don't do as much calligraphy as I used to, because everybody just, wants to print everything out with their computers. Let me reach back up here and put this up here. There we go. All right, got to keep those feathers away from the cats, so they have to stay higher up. I don't think they had this on sale when I was there. I don't think I use my coupon on something else too, but they always have a 40% off coupon. So you can always use 40% coupon on your most expensive item. This wasn't that much. But I just liked it, and I was so pleasantly surprised that Watercolor did this. This is just plain watercolor out of the little watercolor sets, and it ghosted through. But look how opaque it is. Of course, if you're working on this, you're not putting anything more than likely, unless you're doing documents in the 1600s. You're not writing on the back anyway. If you're doing a project, you're just keeping it on the front page. Because, a lot of people, they want to frame it. So you don't want anything on the back. Let's see. Harry Potter, Parchment and Quills. Yeah. Hi, Beady-Eyed Beth. Oh, and speaking of, I don't know if I saw you on Monday, but Beady-Eyed Beth, let me go over here to her IG. She did some more little, not just rocks, but hang on, let me find her here. She did some awesome other things. I don't know why my IG, I think I need a new phone. So here is, this is a magnet, and they're in her Etsy. So Beady Eyed Beth does have an Etsy shop, but this is a gold crescent moon with Swarovski crystals. Why is that so hard to say? So anyway, so go over to Beady Eyed Beth. Look, that's on Instagram, and then you can go to her Etsy shop. But she always does painted rocks and little all kinds of things. But look at her. It wants to flash out on my phone, so you need to go look at it yourself. This one is a hand-painted fantasy tea light candle holder. I mean, she just does beautiful, tiny little work. So, yeah, go follow Beady Eyed Beth. Let's see. Yeah, thanks, Judy. Thanks, guys, for the thumbs up. So that, I'm trying to think of anything else that I got. My LoneStar, again, I'm just, so happy with the quality of the Mike S. Miller LoneStar. So if you just came in, I showed these, 30 minutes ago. So make sure and go back and look at that. And then let's see. I thought, okay, here's something I got on Amazon. I got a few things on Amazon. I'm not going to show them all today because we're not going to get anything else done. But I saw somebody. Now, this is an older book. This is from, probably in a hardback. I don't know. But it's was first published in 2004. And I love any kind of illustration, drawing. Y'all know I collect those books. And I collect children's books, vintage children's books. So I'd heard of this book and seen it around, but I didn't even really know it was still available. But Martin Salisbury's illustrating children's books. And not that I plan on illustrating any children's book, but you know me, it's all about the art. It's all about the eye candy. It's all about the inspiration. So, Hi, Hut. Yeah, I was telling everybody earlier, I'm going to be on the Comic Book Hut tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be on his channel, guys. So follow the Comic Book Hut and then click the reminder bell so that you'll know when we come on at 7. I guess we're still on for tonight. Yeah. And so 7 p.m. tonight, I'm going to be on the Comic Book Hut. And I did announce on his show last night. I was at his drawing show last night. And I announced what I was going to do. I don't know if I want to say. Should I say what I'm going to do? Did I already say it to you guys at the beginning of the show? I might have already said. Thanks, Pacola. So I am going to, and I want all you regulars to be there. But I'm going to do how we do our big scroll? We do our scroll, and I take animal requests. Well, I'm going to do that on Hut's show. I'm going to sketch out and paint however many we get done. I don't know, but I'm going to take requests and paint animals on the scroll, which I cut down the papers. I don't actually do it on the actual scroll because it's too unwieldy and because the camera, but anyway, it's just shipping paper. To actually work on this paper and leave it in the scroll, but then if somebody go, well, can I see that panda? And I'd be going like this, trying to find where I'd done the panda. So I finally just cut it all down. I think I might pull a couple out just to show as samples for his show tonight. So I'm going to ask his audience and his followers and his subbies what animal they would like. So, yeah, so that's what I'm going to do tonight. The scroll is, oh my gosh, I got to write that down, Pacola. That's good. Pacola said the scroll is going on tour. That's going in the Wingnut book. The scroll is going on tour. Oh my gosh, Pacola, that is perfect. Okay, I will. Yeah, and Hut said he has a special drawing for me that he's going to do. Now, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I loved his Howard the Duck. He wasn't happy with his Howard the Duck. I love the Howard the Duck that Hut did. Let me find it real quick. And he said he didn't like some of the colors and whatever. But we're always hardest on our own work. But and I'm trying to get him to sell some of his stuff, but he's not selling yet. But I'm gonna be on the lookout for when he starts selling his work. Um, I haven't tried the Chinese rice paper for deli plating. If anybody's tried it, Astrid, it would be Patty Tolly Parrish. If anybody has tried it, let me see here. Okay, so I'm going to go over to Hut's on my phone to his YouTube channel, and then to his community tab. If you go to his community tab, so this was my favorite. I loved his Howard the Duck. Oh wait, let me turn the light down. It's wanting to flash out. There we go. So yeah, I loved his Howard the Duck. I thought it was awesome. So anyway, if you go to Hut's community tab, you'll see a lot of his work. So yeah. So yes, Picola, the scroll is going on tour, but I'm gonna have it cut down. I'll have papers cut down ready to take requests on Hut's show tonight. So Hut usually has about, I don't know how long he wants to be on there, an hour or two or whatever, but so we'll see how it goes. And I know it's Howard the Duck. Okay, so this book I did get from Amazon. Again, I did not know it was still published from 2004. It's still out there. It's in paperback, and it's again so inspirational, eye candy, and it talks about how to illustrate a children's book. Again, I have no plans to do a children's book. I don't do sequential art. I don't make comics at all. I don't do sequential art, but I love the art for the art's sake, just like comics. I don't do comics, but I love comic art. So I buy it, support it. Um, hey, Kangaroo. Yeah, Kangaroo Babe and I and a couple others from, she was, some from Australia. We were watching Hut last night draw on his channel last night. So here's the introduction. I'm trying to hold it up so we don't have a glare, and has a brief history. Of course, I love this. I love the history of it. Reading all this. I just got it yesterday, so I haven't read it. And 19th century and the golden age. And I love children's book because of the art in it. And my daughter Annie's found me some really good ones out in LA at some of the used bookstores out there. So then here's on drawing, life drawing kids. And just takes you kind of through step by step, drawing animals on location, some case studies with different artists. But so anyway, it's just a really nice eye candy, informative. And again, you don't have to want to do children's books to get information and teaching and ideas from a book like this, right? You don't have to, don't ever think, oh, that's going to be about a children's book. I can't learn anything from that. You're missing out. Collage and mixed media, computers. And remember, this is 2004 when this first came out. Going digital, character development, getting to know your characters, animals as characters, animating, concepts and ideas, sequentials, word and pictures, pop-ups, making dummy books, the wordless book, what to illustrate, setting the scene, book covers, another case study by another artist, nonfiction illustration, history books, how-to books, treasure hidden kind of books, design and typography. So it's just packed full of information. Oh, who's at the door? Hang on, guys. Go see who's at the door. Those are kids selling magazines or newspaper, and they're not supposed to sell. They have a no selling rule in our subdivision, but it happens. I don't care. It's not that big a deal. It's not like we're getting hordes of magazine sellers, and but anyway, yeah, 7 p.m. tonight, Janet, Eastern time, 7 Eastern, which I already told Kangaroo Babe will be 7 a.m. tomorrow morning for her. So get up early tomorrow, Kangaroo Babe, 7 a.m. for you tomorrow. Yeah. It's Eastern time, Carla. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. Hut and I are on the same time zone. Okay, so anyway, illustrating children's books, creating pictures for publication, Martin Salisbury, very famous artist. And I'm out of breath now, ran up and down the stairs. So, yeah, I got that. So the other thing that I wanted to maybe do, because we have it, I was going to go back into something tiny. Y'all know we've done a few things here in the colored a few things in Kerby Rosannes World Within Worlds. This one's completed. And we did this one. I'm still working on this dinosaur page. Trying to keep the color from flashing out there. Thanks, Picola. Picola's given some recommendations on people that might be using rice paper in their jelly plating. Oh, can't get all that. I keep saying it wrong. This one is done. I did this dragon eye and did this building as the pupil. And then I'm working on in progress. I'm working on this one. And then as a demo last week. So I didn't really get very far, but I wanted to show some different techniques, and we use watercolor pencils. Well, the background is black acrylic paint with pencil to make the nebulas and all that, but this is all watercolor pencil to show you how to do that. We did that last week. And get some more coffee, Carla. Anybody else I missed? I said hi to Teresa, Astrid, Bangladesh, Dad. Hi, welcome. Let's see. Muffy, I said hi to Linda. I know I'm missing people coming in. Hi, Lauren. I said hi to Kenny. But I thought that this one right here is just, I like to try to do one page during the show, unless I'm like, look, this one took me a couple of shows and I'm not even done with it. But I like to show techniques. So whether I finish it on the show or not, you get to see techniques to use. You get to see new, maybe not new, because we do a lot of the, kind of the same things: watercolor, neocolor, acrylic paint, color pencils, pan pastels. Maybe I could do some pan pastel on this. But I have to take it outside and spray it. You do have to spray your pan pastels, but that might be nice to do pan pastel flower. What do y'all think? And then I always add pencil. And so the reason I picked this one was because it had little tiny things in it like this. And I thought this would be good. Here's my flares. I was looking in the wrong place for my flares. So I thought we could use the flare pens or the fine liners, because we don't, oops, sorry, wrong one again. The fine liners, because it's tiny areas, right? So if we use the fine liners and the flare markers in this tiny area, so we could try to get that done. Now you could use color pencil too, but I thought something tiny to use our stuff up. You want me to do this page, Kenny? Yeah. So a couple different things. Y'all know I like a black background with space because it just looks so dramatic. Like, well, no, I didn't do a black background. It does a sunny blue sky here, but So maybe we should use some pan pastels on the flower. And here's how I would attack this is I would do the flowers with a pan pastel first, and of course spray and set it. And then I won't have to worry about going out of lines, because if I'm going to paint the background black acrylic, it doesn't matter if I get out of lines. So that's kind of makes it quicker, and you don't have to worry so much about staying inside your lines. Okay, all right, Kenny. So I think this is supposed to be a poppy. I'm not sure, but I think it would be a nice red poppy with a black background would be very nice. And I don't know about the butterflies, maybe yellow butterflies. And then just do the circus in all colors, And again, using the flare markers and using the fine liners, because they're so tiny, you can get in those little bitty areas. So I think that's what we're going to do. And we'll see how far we get. All right. So let me get I haven't pulled my pan pastels yet. Hang on. Let me get those. I won't need all of these, of course, because I'm just going to need red. But I'm going to show you the sets. I have the sets are all in trays. And I have been trying to use my pan pastels more in use them in my portrait work more, and learning and teaching myself. Here's some greens and blues, and I know it's flashing out the light. And then here's some purples and blues, and then here's the oranges, greens, some browns, and the reds is what I'm going to want. So I'm going to pull the 3 reds here. Actually, I'm just going to pull 2. Let's keep it simple. A light and a dark, so I'll blend them. If I need any white, if you want light and white and bright, you can erase. You can erase before you fixative it. Now, I know there is workable fixative where you are supposed to be able to like erase over it, but I like the final fixative. I use the Grumbacher final fixative because it doesn't, for some reason, it doesn't smell as badly as the workable. I don't know why. So, yeah, it could be a hibiscus too, but I think I want to go with red because the circus is going to be, your primary colors, black, white, red, yellow, blue, green, circus-like, right? So I think that having a red poppy will probably be the best. And I have my little toolkit here of the sponges and the applicators and stuff like that. And I still have not seen, I've asked and asked that Pen Pastel Company would make these sponges bigger to use as a palette, because that's how I use them. I don't do big landscapes and things with my pan pastels. I use them mostly in portraits, color books, and so I use these sponges to blend on. And these are not the same as makeup sponges. Now, are there makeup sponges out there made out of the same stuff? Maybe. I've never seen it. It's not the same as makeup sponges, and neither are there tool applicators that you can replace. You can swap out, when they wear out, because they will wear out, especially the pointy one. This one wears out pretty quickly, but it's not the same material as like a makeup sponge. So it's just not the same. So I have a lot of their applicators and their tools, and I'm just going to pull a couple here. Maybe I might need a sponge to blend on, but I'm just going to set this aside. And we're going to start on the flower. Hi, Mary. Mary's been painting dogs and doing. Mary always, she's like me. She'll do 10 projects in one show. If you don't follow Mary on TA, Mary is like very proficient, and no one, I personally don't know anyone that does more for the Society of Idea Collectors than our Mary. So, okay. So I might just start by, let's just say, because I don't know how much blending I want to do yet so I'm going to put, and by the way, the pan pastels are not chalky. They're not like dry pastel chalk. They're not the same. It's not the same as an oil pastel, but it's somewhere kind of in between. And they're so highly pigmented. Now, each pan is going to cost you about the same as one Copic. They're about the same price. Well, that's a hoo-hoo. Let me get a Copic here. A Copic sketch is about $7 to $8. You can sometimes find them for $5 or $6, but they run about $7 average. These run about $6 to $7 as well. You have to refill these or buy a new one. I'm telling you, unless you're doing huge mural landscape size, you're not going to run out of a pan pastel ever. You just use so little. You use so little of the pan pastel. It's so highly pigmented. So it's so worth the money if you want to get a couple. I would recommend if you're going to do portraits or color book pages like color book girl faces, I would recommend getting the pan pastel portrait or skin set. I'm not sure if they're the same or if they have just different names, but look on Amazon or at the Pan Pastel website. And if you like doing girl faces, all right, I'm going to take a minute to get out. Hang on. Now, y'all know most of my color books, the books stay in the color books. But some oversized pages I pull out and put in a portfolio. And then some of my 8.5 by 11 pages I pull out and put in a binder. So these are all color book pages that are not in the hardback, expensive Marie Troll or Hannah Carlson. Those are not cut out because those books are hardback books. Hang on, another rabbit. I only can go on 3 rabbit trails before I get lost. Let's see. Which one do I want to pull? Claire Markova, maybe. Tenderful Enchantment. Okay, so these kind of books, these color books that are hardback and they have a full-on fairy tale story in them, I don't cut these apart. So even though they're 8.5 by 11 in size, I don't cut these up, right? So this is not the kind of stuff that'll be in my binder. The ones that are in my binder are usually ones that I've bought on Create Space paper, or I have a lot of my, well, you'll see as I go through. So I'm going to pull a couple here because I want you to see. I think I used some pan pastels on her. I think. I can't really remember. But if you like doing faces and want it smoother than you can get with marker or pencil even. Now, I can get this with pencil, but it takes time to get layers of pencil. Pan pastels are so quick to get you a base layer, right? So here's a couple here, and these just haven't been put in. Oh, here's one. I turned her into a vampire. She wasn't a vampire. But so anyway, it's going to want to flash out. So, and they are in sleeves. Let's see if I can, hang on, if I pop that up just a little. There we go. They're still in sleeve. Let me back out. I can't do this close. Can't do it this close. So I'm going to kind of flip through here. And again, it's going to flash out because of the lighting hitting the plastic. Oh, that didn't help at all. It's actually made it worse. I just want to show you some of the ones. Oh, I can't do it. It's just not going to work. It's going to be so flashed out you can't see it. Going to be so flashed out you can't see it. So anyway, I want to get to I just want to get to some of the ones that I've done pan pastels in. So I'm just going to flip because I'm not going to go through this. Y'all see, I've shown these many times. Or if you want, maybe next week, if you want to see some more color book pages or color book flip again, which I've done before. I've shown all these. You've seen me standing behind my stack of color books. If if you want to see some more detailed flips, and I'll get out some of my books and flip, I'll do that next week if you'd like. So I'm trying to find some of the, let's see, this is a work in progress. I'm trying to find, I hope they're still in this book because I pulled them once or twice. And I always try to write on the back what book they came out of. Where's my little Japanese girls? Hang on. Not this one. That's a kimono one. Hang on, that's not the one I'm looking for. Okay, so this is out of, she is out of my, oh gosh, it's so hard to remember everybody's names. Jasmine Beckett Griffith. This is out of one, I think it's out of her Halloween book. So let me take it out so you can see. When you start with Pan Pastel. Can you see that? Pan Pastel. Maybe I've got it too flashed. Let me turn the lighting down. Let me turn the light down. It just wants to, there we go. There we go. All right. If y'all have any questions. Oh, bye, Hot. Okay, I'll see you tonight. Hi, Julie Topaz. So this is like using a pan pastel to start with, right? Pan pastel to start with, and then color pencil. So I have a few in here. Now these are all paint and pencil. This one's got glitter. So, and I've shown these. If y'all want to see them again sometime, maybe next week, I'll take them out of the plastic sleeves, right? I'll take them out. So I'm looking for, let's get back over here to the next section. Let's see. These have a lot of stickles and glitter on them. Same for this one. Oh, there they are right there. Okay. So I don't remember what I did with this, if that has pan pastel or not. This is Christine Caron's page book. Okay, so these are started out with pastel, pan pastel as a base. So I think I've done 3 of these. Let's see, what's her name? They're from the Japanese Girls by Ikuko. And I did these in 2018. And this is pan pastel. Pan pastel and color pencil. And God, it just keeps wanting to flash out. Let's see if we can get, there we go. So you can see how smooth you can get the skin. Same for this one. This is pan pastel and then color pencil. And I think a little bit of Posca for those white hairs flicking across. And then one more here. This one right here. So you can kind of see what you can do as a pan pastel base. So that's what we're going to do today with the flower. It could be a hibiscus. We're going to make it a poppy because I want red. So if you want to see some more of my pages, maybe next week, I can pull out the books and tab them with a Post-it so we can get through them kind of quickly. Because, I've got hundreds, literally, guys, hundreds of color books and pages done. All right, so now back to this. I'm going to start by just using these 2 colors. Now, remember, if you want white or light areas, you can start by erasing. You can erase out to get the white back. Camera just does freaks. We're freaking the camera out. All right, so I'm going to start with the darkest. And that's going to kind of be in the center here of the flower. Now I'm going to kind of I want to try to not get it completely all over the circus rides and everything. Okay, I'm going to want that a little redder. So I'm going to add some red to that kind of brown, kind of burgundy. So I'm going to kind of do both colors for the darkest area. which is the center of these flowers. I'm kind of looking to see. Now I'm going over all the strings. I can go back and if I can't see those black strings or wires, I can go over them with a gold pen or a white pen or another, something to make them stand out again. Right now, I'm just kind of trying to feather in the darkest area of the flower. Hopefully y'all can see. How we doing? Is it too light? Are we okay? Put it in caps if you're talking to me. Yeah, we're going to make it a red flower. We can say whatever kind it is we want, but it's going to be red. Because my circus is going to be primary colors. All right, so and you kind of take your time, but it's not dusty. I mean, there's a little bit of chalkiness, but very, very, very little. It's not like regular pastels. You don't get a bunch of dust up, you don't get a bunch of dust up going. And I'll show you after we get this based in, how you can go back and just take an eraser and white out highlights. So I'm trying to find the very darkest parts first. Oh my gosh, I can hear the cats down there. I don't know if I could find it if they're down there playing with it. My daughter sent the cats a toy. Oh my gosh. I showed it to Janet. I sent her a little video. Oh my gosh, I'll have to go get some juice and I'll try to find that cat toy that Annie sent. You're going to crack up. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Scooby. Bye. Have a good one. Thanks for popping in. Anybody else? Thanks for all the thumbs up. Everybody that's here. Yes, you have to seal it. I spray it. JS Scrap Happy. I use Grumbacher Final Fixative. I know a lot of people like a couple other kinds. You can use a workable fixative. To me, the workable fixative smells more than the final fixative. So I just use a final fixative. Now, you want to make sure before you spray it, though, that you don't have anything that you need to erase, because you're going to set it and then you're not going to be able to, you could paint, of course, you can always paint over it if it got, if you really messed up. But paint over the, a little bit more red in there. Paint over the mess if you made a mistake, which, we do mixed media here. We're not opposed to whatever works. If it takes, what was it? Remember in Mr. Mom when he was trying to act like he knew how to do electricity, being an electrician? And one of the guys that came in during Mr. Mom while he was at home, his wife went off to work at this company. I don't know if y'all remember it. But anyway, who was it that played him? I can picture him in my head, but I can't think of his name. Who played Mr. Mom? And said, came in and he had an electrician's belt on and he was trying to be all tough and acting all tough. Michael Keaton. Thank you, Gail. And and they said, so what are you using? I don't remember what it was. ACDC. He goes, ACDC, whatever it takes. And the guy looked at him like, you don't know what you're doing. Well, anyway, so I always think of that when I say, we'll use whatever it takes. Whatever works. ACDC, whatever works. Anyway, so yeah. I always think of that when I want to say, we'll use whatever works. So I'm just getting this kind of based in here. So again, don't forget, I'm going to be on the Comic Book Hut show tonight at 7 Eastern. And I'm going to do Animal Request on the scroll. And it was so funny. Bacola said the scroll is going on tour. I love that. The scroll is going on tour. That's awesome, Pacola. All right. So again, we can lighten and brighten it. So now maybe up here, I'm going to want more pure red up here. Now, I might want some highlights on this flower, but I can still go ahead and base it in. I can get all the red. I'm not doing a lot of multiple reds. I just want to, because I'm kind of trying to just get it done, to be honest. Let's just get her done. Okay. Now, I might need a little bit more shadow under there. I'll do that with pencil, because I do pencil and, we're going to use some paint. We're going to use a little everything. But what I want to show you, and again, you have to do this. You get a kneaded eraser. You have to do this before you spray it, because once you spray it, you're not going to get it back unless you paint it back. So I'm going to get me a clean spot on my kneaded eraser here. And I might want to highlight right across here. And you got to keep cleaning your eraser because it's going to pick up that pigment real quick. So you see how you can get a highlight just like that? Now, again, I'm not using, if I was going to do this as a portrait or something, I'd have multiple more colors in here. Probably have some blue and make some of this even more purple. I'm trying to keep it real simple, and I'm just using 2 colors, right? I'm just trying to keep it real simple so that you can see you don't have to have 50 layers to make something pretty, okay? All right, so now this flower I'm going to want this to start getting lighter as we go up, or redder, I should say. I'm going to want this to be first some brighter red in here, because that one's going to be, in the back. And if I get a little bit on this butterfly, I can erase it out. You can use a smaller eraser, I'm just going to get some on the butterfly just to show you. All right, I went over the butterfly just to show you. So, but you got to do it before you spray. There'd probably be a little bit more orange in this red on a real flower. But again, I really want to try to get as much done on this page as possible. Okay, so now I don't really worry about getting off in the background because I'm going to paint over this. This is going to get all painted out, black. Okay, but I want to show you. So there's some on the butterfly there, and that's going to bug somebody. So I'll erase it. So hang on. But you can get your kneaded eraser real pointy, right? And you can get in here and you can erase it off of anything. Doesn't have to be a kneaded eraser either. You can use, where's mine? Do I have them in here? Where did I put them? Hang on. Let me find my battery operated. Where did I put them? Oh, here we go. If you're using pan pastels, I have 2 different ones. Where's the other one? Well, I don't know where my other, I'm not sure where my other eraser is, but you can use these battery operated and get in tight areas. I have 2 different ones. One has thicker eraser on it. So you see, let's get that little, so you can get in there and erase out. It will erase. Do you press very? No, you don't need to press very hard. Not hard at all, really. And again, I don't need to erase this here because I'm going to paint over it, but just to show you. And then when you wear down your little eraser, you can just pull this out, and you pull the little eraser out like that, a little further, and it just pops back in, and there you go. So if we want this even a little brighter or a little bit more detail here, maybe kind of smooth out those back edges. So you can see how you can get some detail in there. Maybe there might be a little highlight right in here. or if I want to get it off that, even that little flag. See, I'm going to go in here with little pins on these tiny areas. But just to show you, maybe there's some highlight right in here. I'm going to use the bigger one first. So this flower will probably have some kind of like shiny, bright area right in here, because that's where it's going to fold over, and that would be the brightest right in there. But then I can take and get even a little brighter. Kind of soften it there. So you see how you can get nice brights after you've put it all down? Okay, I'm not seeing anything in caps, so I'm going to keep going here. All right, so I'm going to want like under this flower here is going to be the dark. And I just like blending on these sponges. And especially if if you're going to do skin, you really want to make sure you get one of these. And you can wash them, but I've never done that. I've never cleaned them. But you want to be able to have something to blend on, and you can't blend it. You can't do this blending on another something else. It just doesn't work the same. And I don't know why. There's something special about their sponges. I'm telling you, it's not like makeup sponges. All right. So again, now and I'm going to go back in here with dark, 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 like maroon or something up in these shadows with pencil. But I just want to kind of get it based in here, right? Get it based in here. All right. So maybe let me get a little pointy area here, maybe just a little bit more. Highlight. You got to keep cleaning it because it's going to build up real quick. These are so pigmented. Okay. All right. So let's just kind of clean you off a little area here where there's a highlight. It's going to be a highlight right there. And then again, I can go in here. Get some little vein-like things going. Then you can always go in and soften it, so it's not any harsh edges where you've done that. But it's very pigmented, very, very pigmented. Okay, so we're going to keep working. Y'all still with the tour? Everybody's still with the tour? Thanks, everybody. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back to the dark, dark, and get in some of these little tight areas again. We'll see how far we can get. I try to squeeze in as much of the project as we can in 3 hours or whatever. And but when I do finish my pages, I do post them. It's usually not right away because I usually don't finish them. Like sometimes I'll do it like the next day, depending on what else I'm working on. But they eventually make it to Instagram, my Facebook, or Twitter, or Is Janet being rude? Just kidding. I just glanced up at chat. All right. So again, if I get anything on this butterfly there, I'll just erase it. So, all right. So let's get right underneath it here. And then I can go in with either eraser. You can use a kneaded eraser, just as pretty much as easy. This is just quicker. And again, I'm going to paint the background. So what I'm blowing away is the dust from, or the eraser bits. Okay, so now I want a nice bright a bright highlight right across this petal. And I don't want it too harsh. If it looks too harsh on the edges, then I'll just kind of soften those edges so they're not the harsh white line. Okay, something like this. That's too bright. Just kind of run your finger over it there. And then again, if I get in the circus rides and there's some areas I want to clean up, I can do that. But you want to do the cleanup with your eraser before you spray it. There's a little a little roller coaster ride right there. So you see how you can get in there and erase anything? Watching with my son, Christian. It's his birthday. Well, happy birthday, Christian. Happy birthday. Hi, Lee. Anybody else? Hi, Lee. How old is he today, Lee? If you want to say, don't feel obligated. But happy birthday. Thanks. And did I say hi to you, Julie? I think I did. Happy wonderful Wednesday. 13. Oh, 13. Does he like to do art, Lee? Does he like to do art? Draw, paint, draw comic books? I did show my newest comic books that I got this morning. If you didn't see that, I'll show it real quick for Lee's son. So this was Mike S. Miller's, let's not lose my cards here. Mike S. Miller's newest campaign. Well, LoneStar 1, I already had LoneStar 1. I mean, it was already out from 2018, and I didn't have 1, so I bought 1 and 2, and 2 came out. So yeah, this is LoneStar, Heart of the Hero. And yeah. Go follow Mike S. Miller. If he likes comics, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. So yeah. He has Tombow markers. Okay, yeah, those are good too. Yeah. Yes, I got the BDI Beth. I showed it at the beginning of the show. So if y'all wanted to see a little more in depth of the Mike S. Miller's comics that I just got in yesterday. I think it was yesterday. It might have been the day before. I think it was after the show on Monday they came in. And so if you want to see them more close up, I showed them at the beginning of the show. Hi, Flo. Thank you, Flo. Yeah, watch it later. Yeah, I know you like your comics too, Beth. Okay. All right, so let's keep going here. I want to get as much done and once I get this flower based in, I'm going to go down outside. I don't spray fixatives in my studio. Okay, so now I'm going to get some red. We do a little everything here. So, and we're not made for kids, but we're family friendly. I'll put it that way. We're a family friendly channel, but you can't say that you're making anything for kids on YouTube anymore. So it's not for children, but we are family friendly channel. Okay, so there we go. Let's get some of that off there. And then I'll just kind of soften it. And then take my eraser and kind of make some striations like petals. And again, if it's too harsh on the edges, I'll just, tap it like this and smooth it out so it's not harsh. It's not a harsh line where those lines end. So something like that. And we can even get whiter whites at the end with a Posca paint pen. We can get in there. No, I'm probably missing some people popping in. Thanks everybody for being here. Hello, Union. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, Doug Tenaple. Yeah, we love Doug Tenaple. I have hit Doug's. I have Doug's Earthworm Jim books. One, the making of, and the first one. He's working on the second one. So, and I backed his Bigfoot Bill books. I'm gonna say Doug Tenaple's books. There's nobody that makes books like Doug Tenaple. Either hardback. I mean, they're just packaged awesome. So, yeah. Let's see. Hi, Joan. Hi, Gail. I said hi to Gail earlier. So, all right. So there we go on that. I'm kind of liking that. This needs to have a little bit bigger area right there to make it look like it's puffy. I mean, fatter right there. So let's kind of like that. And again, after I'm done with this, guys, with the pastel part, I'm going to go in here with pencil. You'll see. You're going to see high contrast here in a minute. You're going to think, oh, this looks good now. Well, I think it does. But you think it looks good now. Wait till you see when we get in here with pencil. Put out by Wingnut. I haven't heard of that. Oh, my gosh, Fritchie. A company called Wingnut Films. I haven't heard of them. What movie was it? I don't think I've heard of them. Janet's not going to get offended. We don't get, yeah. Don't, yeah. She's not going to. Okay, so I don't know what the conversation was, but anyway. All right, so again, I'm going to get the darkest here, and it's not going to even be the darkest by the time we're done. But I'm just kind of pulling in the shadows. I hear them down there playing with the toy. I got to show you the toy that Annie sent, the cats. Oh my gosh. Let me get that real bright red right in there. And now let's get some bright red up here. And again, you can kind of be sort of careful with where you're placing the color, but it erases. So all right, so now I'm going to get in here with my kneaded eraser. I'm going to paint the background, so I don't care if it gets on there, but I'm just kind of showing you here. Let's have a light spot right there. Let's highlight there. And then this is going to be highlighted in there. So y'all see how easy it is? And I'm only using 2 colors. You can use more. You can have, again, I'd probably more than likely have orange, more orange in it, but I want to get her done. So you can see it goes fast. Now, if you ever work with color pencils, you know how long this would take. You know how long this would take if you were trying to do this with color pencil. We've been at it, about 30 minutes, and I've been talking at the same time. So if you were trying to get this done, so you know how long this would take. All right, so let's get a little highlight on the top there. All right. Are we having issues? I hope we're not having any lag issues and all that. You know, I can't really tell till I go back and watch the recording, and sometimes there's buffering here and there, but it usually doesn't last long. The other thing is, if you're buffering, try to click, see down there in the lower left corner where it says live and a little red dot next to it. If that little dot is not red, that means you're like a little behind. So click the little red dot and it should catch you up if you are lagging a little bit. Also, if it glitches for a minute or something, go back in your settings and make sure you still have 720 or 1080p clicked, because sometimes if YouTube glitches or if the internet glitches, it can knock you back to 144 and you're going to have a real crappy fuzzy stream. So, all right, let's go in here now with a little bit of highlight. And then also right here on the edge of this petal. When I get in here with pencil, you're going to see even more detail. I got to push on it just right. Okay, now we're getting there. Got the top half done. Let's go down here. And again, I want the darkest burgundy color down on the ground area here. And if I get it on any of the buildings, I'll just go back and erase it out. Do some shading here. So I hope everybody's working on something creative. I'm always working on something, pretty much, unless it's later at night. Working on something while I'm watching other streamers. I like having it in the background, you know. I like having videos going in the background while I'm working. Okay, so this is going to be darker on this side now. Be a little darker right in there. Just kind of finding my way here for a minute. I was going to say get out some green for the leaves. So once I get this in, I'll go downstairs and spray it, see if I can find that cat toy to show you. And then we'll come up and we'll work with some fine liners and pencils and paint the black background. Time is, we got time. We're good on the time. We're good on the time. That's a leaf, stem, leaf, petal. And let's see here. And wait till you see when I add the pencil. I'm telling you, you think it looks shady now? It looks shady. Wait till we get in here with some pencil, which you can even add more pastel too. You can take lots of time with your pastel and do much more if you just wanted to do just pastel. Okay, now I'm going to get in here with the red, bright red. I'll smooth that out. So I'll do all the petals and I'll go back in here with the eraser. Again, I'm not worried about getting off the behind the background because I can either erase it or I'm going to be painting the background black. It's going to really make it pop. Thanks everybody for hanging in here, and thanks for the thumbs up. I want this real bright here. Same thing here. You see how fast you can get it based in? With that nice bright red. Okay. A little bit more up in here. Just kind of looking around, seeing where I might need a little more blend or a little more bright. Okay, now get in here with our erasers. Yes, Pan Pastel, Bridgeton. Now I'm gonna get some highlights picked out. Let's do the big petals first. I'll do these edges with a small one. You got to keep, flipping over your kneaded erase. You got to keep cleaning it. Otherwise, you're just moving the Pan Pastel around. You're not erasing it. So you got to keep moving. All right. I'm going to get in here with the detail. And I'll show you too. If you think, oh, I should have had some extra bright whites here or there, you can do that with Posca at the end. So just softening the edges there. You can get in there with much more, some extra whites at the end, even if you don't erase it or you forget or you with the Posca at the end. Again, I don't mind mixing medium. I'm not a pastel purist or watercolor purist or any of that. I'll just use whatever works. Whatever works. Okay, again, I'm not going to really worry about the background. You look at chat for a minute. Anything going on? Put it in caps if you're talking to me. Do a flip through this book. Okay. Yeah, I've done it before, but I'll flip through it again. Some of y'all probably hadn't seen it. It's a Kerby Rosannes World Within Worlds. Okay, so I'm just kind of softening it and looking at it and thinking about it. Where I want to, I'm going to go down, I'm going to go outside and spray it. Okay, I think that's good to start. I think that's good to start here. Again, it's outside of the edges, but I'm going to paint it, so it doesn't matter. But you want to make sure now you're going to set it with your fixative. You want to kind of make sure that, and you don't want to fixative anything you don't want fixative, right? All right, so I'm going to go outside real quick on the front yard, and this is what I use, the Grumbacher Final Fixative. And yeah, so I will be right back. I am going to close the door so the cats don't get in here. Y'all remember that one time Malibu got in the red, yellow, and blue, and she looked like a little carnival herself with her white fur. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Give me about 2 minutes. All righty. So I sprayed it. And I washed my hands, get some of that off. And I found the toy. Now let me see how to turn it on. I think it's turned off. I think we turned it off last night. Let's see. There's a little switch on the inside there. Let's see, I can't read it. Is that off or on? Why can't I see it? I think that's on. Hang on. Okay, let's see. There we go. All right. They're having a fit over it. My daughter sent this to them. And it's I think it's touch activated. So it doesn't really it doesn't really go off to touch it. It does it kind of random. See if I can get it to do it again. There we go. Yeah, fishy, fishy, fishy. Oh my god. So there we go. It's a cat. Well, I don't know if it's made for cats, but the cats. My daughter sent it to me. Here they go. Here we go. You want to play with that? Okay, I'll put it on the floor. Sometimes I feel like playing with it. Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, I don't want to play with that. So let me turn it off. So it's a little zipper. And it comes with its own little charger. You can charge it up like a phone charger, and then you can turn the switch off and on. So I turned it off for now. And you zip it back up. Oh my gosh. I think they like to play with it not going. They like it okay. They were a little freaked out about it. They were a little freaked out when I first saw it. Okay. So let's go back to our project. I had to share that, guys. I had to share that with you. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So anyway, hi, Lady Jan. Now would be the perfect time. All right. So I think I was going to do these leaves green, but I've already sprayed it and I don't want to take the time to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'll just pencil in the green leaves, right? Because, there's just this one and that. Because now, I'm going to put up the pan pastel. So, because I don't want to have to go back out and spray again. So just so y'all could see what we could do with them. All right, let's pick all this up. And you can clean this just on a paper towel. I'm just going to throw it in the box, but you can clean it with a paper towel. And I don't put this in here because I use it for other things too. I have another one around here somewhere. All right, so there we go. There's my little pan pastel box. All right, so now the next thing I'm going to do is going to go ahead and paint the background. And there's still a little bit of crumbs in there. Let's get those out. All right, so now the thing I'm going to do is paint the black background. So I was going to get a little black acrylic paint. Let's get a small brush. Let's see. That one might work. We'll be doing one of the butterflies. Yeah, I'm going to try to get as much done as I can on the whole thing. Oh, somebody asked to see the book. All right, wait, let's back out again because it's too close to do a flip. Okay, so here's the cover. Worlds Within Worlds. It's got paint on it because, So I'll show you the ones that we've started. And all right, my camera looks a little, hang on. Does it look? Okay, I guess it's okay. So this is one I'm working on. Again, I have the black background painted. This is just a wash of acrylic paint where you can see through it. Translucent, that's watered down acrylic paint. I did the same thing on the dinosaur, and then I went back in with pencil and Posca and other details. Okay. And I still haven't finished the background, obviously. But I'm going to flip through it for you so you can see. And it's going to want to flash out for a second every time I turn the page. So just give it a second. So I do have all of Kerby's books. And I've colored in different pages and multiple. This one's done. Here's the dragon eye. So I said earlier that I might, thanks, Speedy, I bet. I might next week, I don't know if I'll do it Monday or Wednesday, depending on it, because I'd have to get out the color books that I want to show you. I've colored something in every book. I don't think there's a book, maybe one or two, but I don't think I have any color book out of the hundreds of books that I have that I haven't done at least 1 or 2 pages in them. Have I ever finished a book from start to finish? Not a one. I haven't finished a one start to finish. This one is still in progress. We did start this one about maybe 3 weeks ago. There's a video where we did this. It's not done, but you can see we've made progress on all those little huts. And but I do have all of Kerby's books, and I've done a lot of pages in, most of them. But just so you can see the hands here. The hands could be like dark tree branches. Wouldn't that be cool? I mean, like a tree trunk, but do them like a tree trunk. That would be real cool. So, yeah. Sammy, color and chat with Sammy, and that's color with an OU because she's in UK. Color and chat with Sammy is working on this one. I don't know if she finished it. She streamed yesterday, and so I don't know if she worked on him again, but she was working on him. Color and chat with Sammy. This one we did last week, where we use watercolor pencils. So we use watercolor pencils here and then went back with a little pencil. But then this is like what we're going to do now. We're going to do the black background. And because it's acrylic paint, color pencil loves acrylic paint, as long as it's not shiny or metallic. But a flat matte acrylic paint, you can do so much on it. Okay, so this is my newest one, so I don't have near as much done in this one. But somebody just a minute ago asked if I'd do a flip, so I'm doing a flip. And of course, here's where we are now. Don't forget, I'm going to be on the comic book hut tonight at 7. I'm going to be working on the scroll, doing animal request. And as Pacola said, the scroll is going on tour. I love that, Pacola. I love this one, the astronaut helmet. And I like these candles, too, with the little buildings. Well, I like all of Kerby stuff. Kerby's just awesome imagination. And the little, what kind of dolls are these again? I forget the name of them. The pterodactyls with the wings that are outer space. And then this one, I did most of this one on a stream. I did it far enough along so you could see how I did all the parts. I did parts of the sky, parts of the tree, parts of the shoes. I did part of everything so that you could see how I did everything. But then, of course, I completed it. Probably took me another, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, I don't know how many hours, 3 or 4 hours maybe after the stream to complete it. But this one is done. So, yeah, yeah, they're nesting dolls. That's yeah, the Russian nesting dolls, but called something. Yeah, I don't. Y'all are spelling it all different, and I need phonetics. So, so anyway, this one is done, and then we did a little test here with the different watercolors. When we did that cactus page. And then here's all the answers to the hidden thing. There's always hidden things in Kerby's books. Okay, so let's go back here. Now I got my black paint, my acrylic paint, and it's just Americana Deco Art matte. Matte. I cannot say that enough. Don't get satin, shiny, metallic, it has to be, and craft paint, matte craft paint is the best. If you use a artist grade tube acrylic paint, there's probably some sheen to it. Other than Jane Davenport. Jane Davenport's do not have a sheen to them. So hard to, yeah. I have, they're not selling as many as they used to. I do need to put a piece of something behind it. You want to put some wax paper or something while you're doing the edges. Once you do the edges, it's okay, but you don't want to, if you go off the edge with the black paint or whatever color, you might stick your pages together. So you want to put something between your pages until you get done painting the edges. They don't, for a few years there, they were making, I don't know, 100 different color books a month. They're not doing that anymore. There's still our color book artist, Christine C.L. Aldridge, is still making color books on and selling them. I don't know if Laura, see, do I have her book handy? I don't have it handy. I don't know if she's making color books. I know she's been painting lately. I think she's going to be selling painting. So I don't know if she's been making a new color book or not. Kerby wasn't good. Kerby, let me zoom in some. Kerby wasn't going to make a new, he said, I'm not making any new color books for a while. And I guess it was probably a year, maybe 2, and he didn't make any new ones till this one. He couldn't resist. He couldn't resist making a new color book for us. Right. And so he made this one. This is his newest one. So if y'all are talk to me, guys, put it in caps. So I know you're talking to me. I'll probably get a bigger brush to go around the edges. Right now, I just want, this brush is a little furry. It's a little fluffy. I probably could get a little more detailed brush. This one's a little fluffy. It's okay, but I don't want it to flare out when I, let's see. Digging around here for a minute. Trust me, I'm not running out of brushes. Let's see this one. That's good. I like a springy book for acrylics. Do I have the mythographic? Yeah, I have the mythographic. I think I have all of Kerby's books. If y'all want me to show some next week, I will pull out books and flag the pages that I'm done so that I don't have to go through all the books. Because I don't have, we won't have time to go through all the books I have. I don't know if I have, let me see, let me take a sip of juice and look at chat a second. Oh, well, yeah. Okay. I was thinking Mythomorphia. Sorry. But I do have the mythographic too. It's a blue. I think it has a blue cover. But yeah, I was thinking Mythomorphia. I have the Mythomorphia. And I have the mythographic too. J.S. Scrap Happy. Yeah, I know. There's so many color books, so little time. Because y'all know I do commission too. I do pet and people commissions. If y'all don't follow me on Instagram, go look me up. You can either look up Dee Dee Willingham or Inkywell, INKI. I don't know if I posted a pic. Where did I post that? Is it on Instagram? I don't know if I posted it on Instagram. A picture of me behind all my color books. I don't know why Instagram. I think I need a new phone. Everything loads really quick, but Instagram on my phone for whatever reason. Let me go to my photos and then let me see if I can just take a second here. Let me look at my photos. Now I got to kind of scroll back. I got to kind of remember where I posted it because I have 5,000 plus photos on my phone. I'll show you. Here's one of my pan pastel my pan pastel and color pencil. This is our Faithful Mess. Here's one of my pan pastel and color pencil portraits, just so you can see one of my portraits there. I just came across it in my photo. Let's see. I don't know if I can just spot it. You know, it's like when you're scrolling through quickly 5,000 pictures, do you just come across it? Maybe I will. Here's my, for those that are doing artist trading cards, I've done a few artist trading cards. The looking cards. Oh, thanks, Namo. I'm trying to find that picture of me behind. Oh, I found it. Okay. So I'm wearing Wolfie. If y'all don't know Wolfie, he's my hat with the ears. It looks like, and it's a fake wuss, fake fur. Don't email me. It's a wolf hat and paws that make, that are gloves. Here I am behind. That's not even all of them, but I'm behind. Can you see me back there? There I am peeking over my color books. So when I show the pages that I'm finished with, I don't want to have to flip through every book, right? So I'm going to have to go through and flag with Post-it notes the pages that are done. Because there's too many. I can't get through very many. I might get through 20 or 30 color books, but I certainly won't get through hundreds of them if I have to flip literally page by page. But I can go, if I have them flagged, I can go just right to the finished pages. Show you the cover of the book, and show you the cover of the book, and then flip to the finished pages. So, yeah. So the idea of this page today was to, because this is tiny here in the middle, is to use some of my flare markers. I forgot to put this away in the thing. And my fine liners, my fine liners. I got a bag of fine liners, so we can show how to do tiny little things. Now you can use pencil too, but now remember, when you use pencil and something that little, you have to keep that pencil sharp as a tack the whole time. Let me just go ahead and go around the edges here so I can get rid of the wax paper. I'll go in tight on these butterflies. So there's no water in this acrylic paint. When you want to do a wash, you water down your acrylic paint enough so that you can see through it, so that you can still see the line art, right? But when I do my backgrounds, I like them very flat and matte. And so there's no water in this acrylic paint. All right, let me just go ahead and get all the way around the edges real quick so I can remove the wax paper because it's kind of in my way. Like right there's an edge. Here's an edge. Anywhere there's an edge. And I know I kind of go quick through all this. When you're doing it, or when I'm doing it by myself and no one's, not streaming, I don't go this fast. I take my time. I enjoy the process. I'm not rushing. But, on stream, I'm trying to show you guys as much as possible in the 2 or 3 hours that I work on it. So I go faster. And, but I don't do that when I'm just coloring by myself. I don't go that fast. I'm trying to get down in the ditch there a little. Okay, let's go along the edge here. Then I can take out the wax paper and get in the tiny, tiny details. All right, gone all the way around the edge. So I'm going to remove the wax paper. And now go back and work in the tight areas. Use Veritins. Nah, if I use Veritins, it's just a sketch with. They're too, I like my soft pencils. I mean, even though like polychromos are not as soft as Prismacolor, Veritins are very hard. They're good for a sketch pencil, but I don't color with them. You could probably use Veritins in that tight area, but they're a hard pencil. So I don't use them much. Okay, baby, I see you. You can come up here and lay, but don't get up on my color book. Oh, wait, let's move that let's move that. There's wet paint on here. Let's move that so she doesn't get into the paint. So in case you want to think she's right. I started coloring in January, and I watch you and Sammy a lot. You do more with mixed media, which I appreciate. Yeah, I like using whatever works. I like using whatever works. And because I do so many other things, collage and other mixed media and art journals and portraits, I do so many other things that I like all my supplies. So, sip of juice here. Yeah, it can't. Hard pencils can leave marks in the paper. And so anytime you are using pencil, you really want to put a piece of cardstock behind your page so that it doesn't mark the next page. It can mark the back if you push too hard or use a hard pencil. It can mark here, but you certainly don't want to leave mark here and then go down there. See, look, I got some black paint there. Doesn't matter. I'll paint over it. But for sure, it can do that. Lighten this up a little. I think it needs a little more contrast. The thing about streaming too is when you go from a white page to color and then background, it's wanting to change your light. It's wanting to change your light every time you turn a page. And your paintbrush will start getting kind of crusty. The acrylic paint starts to dry. So you might have to rinse your brush out. But if you're doing a background like this, you don't want any water in your brush because then you're going to be putting 2 or 3 coats. You still might have to put a couple coats if you do like red, lime green, yellow, because they're so translucent that it may take 2 coats to get a nice flat background if you use those colors. Yeah, it's way faster. Sinwin, I could just call you Sin, S-Y-N. I mean C-Y-N, Sin. But it's much faster, and that's the same thing with the pan pastels. Now, I'm not done with the flower, but that's my base. And sometimes I'll use watercolor. Sometimes I'll use watercolor as a base. Sometimes I'll use Neocolor, watered down acrylic paint. And then today we use pan pastels. It's so much faster. Not that you have to go fast, but you know how many color books we have that we want to get to. And sometimes it could take you weeks to do a page, and nothing wrong with that. If you do it just in color pencil. I want to leave just enough of the little antenna that'll remind me where it is. But I will paint over antennas and little dots in the sky or little water waves or things. I'll paint over those and then just put them back in myself. Like if there was a bunch of like dots, raindrops or something in the sky, I would not paint around them. I would just paint right over them and then put them back in with pencil. And if you're worried that you're not going to remember where all the dots were and you want to be exactly where Kerby put them, and take a picture, and you can get pretty close putting them back in. I don't really care about that. Kerby is not going to email me or you and say, you put that in the wrong place. He's not going to do it. Like the way that works. Okay, yeah. It's cinnamon, like kind of like cinnamon, but cinnamon. Yeah, this is very workable. Very workable. And that's why I that's why I like to do it, because you can do it so quick. I mean, we can do the rest of this background probably in about 5 more minutes, and then I want to do a little bit. I probably won't shade the whole flower because I want to get to other things, the butterflies, the leaves, some other things here. For me, it's more important to show you how I do the stuff so you can do it rather than trying to hurry up and finish a page completed on the show. Because I can always, do the, finish it up off camera. But I want y'all to see as many things possible. I try not to turn the book over or around, so I'm just going to kind of hold my paintbrush way back here so my hand's not in the way. But we like our rabbit trails. We like talking about different things, showing a random cat toy, or whatever. I like, being able to do whatever we want to do. I don't, this is not a tutorial show. I don't, show you every item I'm using. Nothing wrong with that. Sammy's real good about showing you every color pencil she uses. This is just, I'm not a teacher. Although you can learn, I'm not saying you can't learn anything, but I'm more of a encourager to get you started, to get you to try, to get you to not be afraid, rather than a tutorial show where I'm showing you start to finish from A to Z. And I like to promote other people. Whoops, I got a blob on there. I like to promote other people and talk about their channels, and all that takes time. Showing other people's IGs and talking about their shows and showing their work and all that. It takes time, from the actual project, but I don't care. To me, that's important to do all that as well, because that's just the way we roll. We roll with rabbit trails. So you can see why I said it didn't matter about the background. If you got any pan pastel on the background, because I'm just going to cover it all up. If there was any smears or smudges of the red, I'm just covering it all right up. Oh, thanks, Cat and Paste. Yeah, I got my, let's see, did I keep it out? I tried to keep that one thing that Sharon L's, this right here. Dee Dee says to watch out for you. Rabbit Trail 1 and Rabbit Trail 2. So this kind of describes my channel pretty well. Okay, we're almost done here with the background. Try not to have too many blobs of black paint here. And I did get a little blob right there. We'll just pencil over it. I shouldn't have smeared it. I should have just left it and let that little speck dry. So if you get a little speck of paint somewhere, it's best just to let it dry and then go over the speck rather than do what I just did. And we like to talk books, art books, and regular books here. So we do a lot of book chat and do a little bit of everything. I know some of y'all are in an ATC swap. I saw Beth talking about it on I told y'all I popped in her show the other night because I saw her I saw her show pop up in my feed, and she was doing something with color pencil, so I stopped in. And I was actually heading to bed, but I think she and some of the other girls are doing ATC swaps. If y'all have never done an ATC swap, we've kind of moved away from ATC swaps and moved into zine swaps. If we ever do a swap, it's a zine swap. Don't make me pull out Janet's zines. Okay, so now let me clean out my brush here. Okay. All right, so some of the things that you can do. Let me get a baby wipe to clean my hands off here. Yeah, yeah. I love my Catfell books. My Catfell books and the one you made me, Lady Jan. I love that. Okay, so now I'm going to, before I start working on any of the background, which you could do a few things. You could throw a bucket of stars on the background, or you could strategically place some stars. Or in this case, what I want to do is I want to put a glow. I want to put a glow around the butterflies and maybe the edge of the flower. So the thing about having black acrylic paint is how you can go over it so easily with pencil. So I'm going to do a couple things here. Hang on. So I can get to my pencils. So I keep my, not all of them, but I keep pencils. I keep my Prismacolor in 2 silverware trays. Now I also have a full set in a case. So I'm not going to run out. Plus I have little bundles of them. I have little bundles of pencils. So I've got plenty of pencils. Prismacolor is just the pencils that I've used for so many years that are like my BFFs. But I have this tray that has the colors, and then I have the tray of the neutrals. So if I'm using like portraits and stuff, I have my neutrals in one and then my colors in another. So what I want to do is decide what kind of a glow do I want around. Do I just want a white glow? Do I want a red glow? Let's just see here. Maybe let's get like a crimson red. And I'm gonna have to sharpen probably. So the thing about that's not gonna. I think I will go with white and then red. So you can put a glow, and I'm doing this very light because I don't want it. I don't want it real dark yet, but I'm going to put a glow around the butterflies, which haven't been colored in yet. But if I want a little bit of a red tint to that, put the white down first because the red's going to be dull. The red's going to be a dull red if you put it on top of black. But if you put it on top of white, it's going to show up. So I could have a little bit of a red glow, a little bit of red, or you could put, orange or yellow or whatever. I'll go back over it. Color in there, but I really want mostly white. Yellow if you want to make it look like maybe like they glow. If they glow like a glowworm, what do you put some yellow. You can do whatever. So, and here's the thing I want to show you by doing this here. All right, so now I've got some yellow, red, and white, and then just and you can even do it like a circle. You could have them like glow like this. Okay, you could have a glow around them like this. It's going to be more dramatic when it's colored in. But what I want to show you is how you can do things and go, oh, I don't really like the way that turned out. Oh, guess what? We have black paint. I don't like the way that looks. So, yeah, what do I do? Oh, well, I did pick the floppy of the 2 brushes I pulled out of the. So now, there you go. If you don't like it, you just paint right over it. So there you go. So I wanted to show you that if you try to do a glow or something around your bugs in the night. If you don't like it, then just paint over it. Y'all know me. I like my stars and my nebulas, and like here. Let me go over here to this. Well, that's not quite dry. I don't want to close it. Here, like this right here. Look, see, that's putting in some stars and some nebula. See a little bit of that highlight on that mountain, and then see the little white Posca thorns. See the thorns on that cactus there? That's all looks like that because of the black acrylic paint background. You can do so much. You can do so much with a black acrylic background. But I want to get into here. First off, let me fix that little paint blob there a little bit anyway. All right. So what I want to do is now this is all base coated with the pan pastel. So now I want to get a couple of reds. I'll get my Tuscan red. That might be dark enough, maybe. And I'll get a black and my red, maybe a white. Let's see. All right, so now I'm going to go in here and add some more detail on the flower. Okay. Are we still in real color there? I'm trying. Bye, Jen, Scrappy. You want our color you want to too, Devin? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Tuscan red, and I'm going to get in here real tight around some of the buildings where I painted the flower, where I pan pastel the flower in. But some of these might need to even be darker. I might even go in there with some black in the real tight areas. But what I want to show you is how the pencil goes right over the top of the pan pastels, even after you've sprayed them with a fixative. And you can get in here and start adding pencil details. Can y'all see that? I hope that's showing up. I want to keep a nice sharp pencil. Okay, maybe you'll be able to see it better if I'm down in here. Let me zoom in just a little more. Okay, and it's too dark. It got too dark. I want to flash it out, but it's a little... No, that's too... Okay, we'll go with that. Okay. I want y'all to be able to see it, but I don't want it to get too dark because the red's so dark in the camera lighting. All right, so I'm going to get down in here. Then I'm going to kind of feather in and soften. So because it's on top of the pan pastel, all this is like icing on the cake because you've got it all based in, right? So I can add some of the little petal details, and then here up under the shadow here, under these, the petals that kind of flip over, you can start adding your shadows under there. But you see the detail that you can add now on top of that base. So you got a lot of work done just by base coating it with the pan pastel. Because if you were going to try to do all this with just pencil on a white base, you'd be here a while just on one petal. Right? So you see? All right, so now let's go ahead and take the crimson red. I'm going over the dark and into some of the undone area. And the thing is, you don't have to worry about covering all the pan pastel. You're just kind of looking where you need to blend and feather. Okay, then this right here, maybe a little more. And then with the white in here, Instead of a little bit here. I want to show you what you can do, though, if you need a brighter white. Because remember, your pencil won't go over pencil. White, I should say. White pencil will not go over these colors and turn it white again. All right, so do I have my little sample? What did I do with that? I don't know where I put it. I always say I'm going to keep it right there. I think I know where it is. All right. So just that one little petal. Can y'all tell the difference just on that right here? And if you wanted even more contrast, and I never have too much contrast. I'm working on a Galaxy in Dragons by Raven. Oh, I've done a couple pages out of that one, Brandy. I wonder if we've done the same one. I've done a few pages out of Dragons by Raven. You want me to show them to you? They're in my binder. If you want to see them, Brandy, unless you've already seen them. Okay, now I'm going to take black, and I'm going to get in some of the tight. And just so you can see how you can even get more contrast. But you want to soften that. Don't make a dark black line. You want to go back over it with the, another color so that it smooths it out. You don't want a harsh black line there. But see how you can get in some nice tight contrast. It just makes it pop when you do this. I'm working on, let's see. Thank you, Kenny. All right, so you see how that made that so nice and pop? But don't leave a harsh black line. Go in here. I'm going back in here with the Tuscan red and going on top of the black and smoothing it out so it's not a harsh line. Smooth as, soften that out. There you go. See? Thanks, Tanya. I took a minute to find the thumbs. Okay, well, here, I'll stop because I know right where it is. It's in my same binder that I had out earlier when I was doing a flip to show you the pan pastel ones. Here, I kept flipped right to it. So I think I have 3 of her pages done in this book. Let me pull them out for you. Let's see. Yeah, this is Dreams of Dragon. Is that the one you're talking about? Dreams of Dragon. Okay, this one's a Selena finish. I got 2 dragon ones here. So I got 2. Let's see, do I have a third one? I think I only have 2 in this book. I only have 2, Brandy, but I'll show them to you. So what I do with them is when they fit in the book, and we're going to be really zoomed in, I cut them out of the book, and then I mount them on black cardstock, right? So here's one of them that I did, and I put glitter over the whole thing. So this is one of them. And it's just stickles. There we go. There probably is a video on these. It'll be 2 or 3 years back, at least 2 years back. It'll be at least 2 years back when these. Let's see. Do I have a date on this one? I don't have a date on that one. Okay, and then this one, I put them in a little bit of mist. And again, it's got some glitter on the wings. There we go. I'm trying to get it kind of close for you. So yeah, there's my 2 of my dragons from her Dreams of Dragon book. I just like adding that glitter to the dragons. All right, so there we go. All right, back on our flower. All right, let's see here. Back over here. Let's do right in here because I want to try to do around. Let's see if we can get around the circus, and then we'll start working on the inside of the circus. Are you on IG, Brandy? I'll go show it. You want me to show it? Do I follow you on IG? Is your name the same? Because everybody has different names here and then on IG. I'll start by looking for Brandy. Is that your name on IG? Brandy. There's a Brandy Maxwell. Let me see, which Brandy are you? I think she's I think we're lags. I just showed her and she's going, I'd love to see it. And I just showed it. I think she's lagged to me. I hope I'm not that lagged to you guys. I don't know if which Brandy she is. She's going to have to tell me. There's a ton of Brandy Kellys. So she's going to have to tell me which Brandy she is. So if she says, I'll try to catch it. Yeah, I just showed him a second ago, Kenny. That's what I'm saying. I wonder if she's lagged or did she step away? Yeah, you'll have to go back now, Brandy, because I'm not pulling them back out. You'll have to go back and watch. We are at the 3. Go back to the like 2 hour and 59 second because we're right now at 3 hours. Okay. And I don't know. I didn't see you put your IG in there. Okay, so let's go back now. I'm going to go first in here with the Tuscan red. And do some shading around in here, like where the little buildings are sitting inside the flower. Then this part right in here is real dark. I want that a real in between. It's almost like I could have painted that in. What's your name on IG, Brandy? If you want me to show your page, you have to tell me because there's like 10. I just brought up Brandy Kelly and there's like 10. I don't know which one you are. So okay, so now I'm going to go back and again shade in under this petal here. I'm going to drag it across there. Okay, I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I don't know if she's answering me. Maybe she's lagged or something. I hope I'm not that lagged to you guys. I don't think so because Kenny answered me. All right, so see how that makes that shadow deeper? All right, look, let's do this edge right here so you can really see it. Let me sharpen again. Let me sharpen it. Depends on the pen. Now, a gel pen, glitter gel pen, depends on the pen. There's probably some that would. Okay, so now I'm going to get in here. They'll be very fine, it'll be thinner. Gel pens will have a thinner line. The stickles, you can cover a large area. All right, so you see how I'm getting in here with the shadow right behind that leaf? See how that makes it pop? Even though we did a lot of shading with the pan pastels. And take your time. Like I said, I'm kind of hurrying through it to get as much done as I can. But you want to take your time. And I'm just using black, white, Tuscan red, and crimson red. Am I staying in camera? I hope. Okay, I try to scrub back through my chat later and see who I've missed. And if there's new people, I try to go find you guys on Twitter. I mean, on IG or on YouTube if I've missed you. Okay. So now I want to get some nice, real darks in just a few little areas. See how just that little bit of black down in the little crevices makes a difference? See? But keep feathering and blending. So it's nice and soft and not harsh lines. Okay, so I want to do this petal to show you the outside. So I want all this in here real dark because that's what the ground is sitting on back in here, right? But take your time, blend, soften. All right. See how that's popping? Popping, baby, popping. All right, now let's do this outer petal. So again, I'm going to take the Tuscan red and lay down in here in the shadows. And you can bring up some of those lines too. You can bring in, bring down here. Let's bring down some of those petal lines from the outside. And you can see them there. You may not be able to see them, but I can see them in the color in the book. So I'm going to bring in down some of those petal striations. And then bring some shadow down here. Like, you just kind of look and see where would the petal like dip, like right in here, right in there, over there. And color it in the way that the lines are going, because you'll have much more success if you follow the line art. Okay, very soft. See how that's kind of making it curvy? But remember, we did this with the eraser. But I'm going to show you if you missed that or didn't get it white enough for what you want, how to add more with Posca. All right, so now I'm going to come down here and just put a few little. See how that works? Very soft. Softly. Will color pencil go over the Munoz? I don't know what Munoz are. What are Munoz? I don't know what Munoz are. Sorry, Brandy. Hi, Kathy Arbor. Anybody else I missed? Okay. All right. So now if I want even more, let me just do a little bit more here. If I want more contrast, and now, so we've only just done this one petal. Again, when I'm working by myself, I'm enjoying the process. I'm taking my time and, not rushing through, but I'm trying to get get as much done here as I can. You see how that makes that petal curl in? Oh, stick pastels. I don't like pastels. Thank you, Kenny, by the way. I don't like chalkiness. Now, I do use a Conti crayons, And that's what I'll be using tonight to sketch with. To sketch my animals out on the brown paper. So I have a box here. I have some pastel stuff. I don't like it, but I'll use it if I have to. But Conte crayons, these, you know, they're kind of pastel-y, but they're not chalky like pastel. They're called Conte crayons, Conte. And this is what I use to sketch with on the big scroll when I'm sketching out my animals. But I have some more under here. See, I have browns, gold, black, white. So you can see it's a little tray of them here. And then some drawing pencils, which I hardly ever use. But I'll use Conte. But I don't know what Munyon is. Is that the same thing as a Conte crayon? I don't know what a Munyon is. Mungos or whatever there are. Yeah, so I haven't used those. Okay, so let's see. So now, well, you know what? Let me do one more petal. More of an effect right around here. So let me go ahead and do one more petal here, and then I want to show you with the white Posca. How you can add a little bit more pop. And this will be darker, this one coming down here. So I'll go ahead and put some down here too, just to separate these two. Be a nice deep shadow right there. Same thing for this one. It's going to have more shadow here. All right, back to the Tuscan red. Try to hold my pencil far enough back so it's not in the way. Some of those little striations in there. The little veins, the little petal veins. Keep your pencil sharp though. Keep it nice and sharp. Okay, now same thing up here. Let me sharpen again. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't know too much about any pastels because I've never liked pastels. I've had to use them life drawing classes and stuff like that. You got to use charcoal and pen. Sometimes you have to use it, but I don't enjoy it. It's so dry. They're so dry feeling. That's why I didn't know about. I waited. There was years before I went into pan pastels because I thought for sure they were going to be just like chalky and dry, but they are not chalky and dry. Pan pastels are not chalky and dry. So let's go on a little bit of red over that. This is a real dark petal right in here. So I want that nice and dark. We'll have a little bit of a highlight right there, but I didn't really want to get over to this one. I wanted to kind of just stick with this one. So that's why I just really didn't do a lot with pastels for a long time because I didn't like them. So brands of pastels and stuff. I know a few of the famous name brands, but I'm not a pastel connoisseur. Let's see. Anything else there? So, all right, now I'm going to get in here with just a little. Let me sharpen again. You want a real sharp pencil when you do these little veins. You want them thin. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for all the thumbs up. I'm glad we've had couple hundred people here today. Don't forget, tonight at 7 Eastern, I'll be over on the Comic Book Huts channel, and we're both going to be drawing. I'm going to be doing animal requests, like y'all see me do on. I'll pull a couple out in case you don't know what I'm talking about in a minute. I'll do animal on the scroll, which my scroll is just a roll of shipping paper, brown shipping paper. It's awesome to paint and draw large on. Draw large. I want a little shadow right in that little crevice there. Okay. All right, so now you kind of get the idea, but here, let's make it pop even more. And I want to do a little bit on here, so I'm going to stop on the petals now, other than the white that I'm going to show you, because I want to do a little bit in here with some of our markers. Okay, so here's where you can take a Posca and just a white Posca pen with the fine point, okay? And I have over here on the side table, my table's under all the layers and stuff. It has black paper on here, so I can come over to the side table and tap on it right there to get my Posca rolling. Let me do the teacher's heart. I bought as many as I could for the places. So yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to go in here. Now while it's wet, don't let it dry, but while it's wet, just kind of tap. See how you get that nice extra bright? And if it's too bright, if when you do this, it's too bright or you don't want it white, then after the Posca dries, you can go back over it with your colors. I want a nice bright white right along the highlight of this flower. But I don't want a harsh edge. So I'm going to kind of come in here with my finger and kind of smooth it out. You can also go back when it dries. Go back in here with your pencil. I think that I've kind of smeared it out. Should be okay. Go back in with your pencil and you can knock back the white or kind of separate some of those highlights with the veins or soften the edges of where where the Posca edges are and soften it so it's very, very soft. See how that just made that just pop even more? Same thing over on this one. Let's go over here. While it's wet, though, you want to kind of tap it out there like that. And this is the same thing you can do with hair strands. When you do people and their hair strands, do the same kind of thing, except you can flick it over and make the strands come over the face or the clothes or whatever. All right, so there we go. Now, if it's too white or too much, just go back because you can go over it with your pencil. Knock back some areas or soften the tips, the edges. Okay, maybe right along here there's a nice bright white edge, or maybe a couple up there. Got to let it dry though before you can go in there with the pencil. Okay, you got to let that dry. Okay, same thing maybe right along some of these edges here. You might have just a little bright edge just on the very tips of a couple of these. I just have a little bit of highlight, just a touch. And it's, while it's wet, just kind of tap it. Kind of just softens the edge like that. So you see how you can get just a little bit of more of a glow or a little bit of extra highlight. And if it's too much, once it dries, it only takes a second. Once it's dry, then you can go over it with a pencil and fix anything that looks too bright or too white. See? There we go. Thank you, Pacola. Okay, so same thing for this one up here. Maybe I want just a little bit of highlight on the edges. Maybe there's just a little bit of glow on the very tips. If it's too much, just go back. Okay. And you take a little more time. You want to take your time with it. Don't rush it, You want it to look nice, and you got to take your time with it. All right, so there you go. So you can kind of see how we did this little area right here. So you can compare this right here, these two petals that we've finished, and compare it to these. See, like this one, these right here, the nice dark shadow under there. That's what we're going to do up here too. All these are going to have a nice dark shadow up underneath. And then you'll take your reds, and you can make those striations of the veins. Soften the black, and then you can make all these. And it just take your time. When I finish it, I'll post it everywhere. I'll post it on Instagram and my Facebook. All my art folders on Facebook are public. So we don't have to follow each other for you to go look at my artwork. I've got, I don't know, 10 different folders, I think, over on Facebook. I've got my fan art, my portraits, my people portraits, my pet portraits. I got a gold rush folder. I've got a color book folder, and they're all publics. So you can go in there and see any of them. I'll just do a little bit of this back petal here so you can see. Back petal. So you can kind of see how we can go around the little tower there. So you can see how I'm just going to start shading it in, right? So it looks like this. Okay. So now I'm going to do a little bit in the buildings here in the circus. If y'all have any questions, put it in caps. All right. So I have to kind of decide. I kind of decided I wanted it, red, black, red, white, yellow, bright, primary colors as at the circus, right? So, and I pulled out a couple different things. I pulled out my flare markers. Like, let's see, maybe this yellow. Let me get my bright colors out. A red, a bright blue, maybe a lime green. Let's just do these colors for now, because I'm not going to obviously have time to do all of it. And then same thing in I've got tons. Look, I got tons of fine liners. There's a couple different brands. I have the Stadler fine liners, and then these are the Stabilio fine liners. So let's get a red. Let's get the same colors, like maybe an orange yellow here, a lime green. What other color? I mean, we could even go fluorescent. Maybe some of these fluorescent colors. There's another. Let's go with that green rather than this one. That's a little brighter. Let's go with this orange. Maybe we'll go with that orange instead of this yellow. Maybe a turquoise. I don't know. I'm just pulling out a few colors. Maybe a hot pink. I don't know. We'll see. So I just want to try a couple different, because the reason I wanted to show these is because they're tiny. And when you're working in a tiny little area, you got to go tiny. Also, you might want to try gold, silver, or a white gel pen that's filled like this is a Signo Uniball, although I can usually get my Posca. If I have a light touch, I can usually do just as much damage with this as I can with a white gel pen. But, so some of this, the wheels and stuff, maybe you want some silver or, like right along the edges. Now, you're not probably going to see it unless I hold it up. But if you want to keep, hey, baby, I see you. You can't get on here. I know you can't get on my color book, honey. I won't be able to color, and I'm trying to wrap this up. Yeah, I know. He's looking at me like, well, I'll just go behind you. So I'm just going to kind of do, and I'll tilt it so you can see the silver. So I'm kind of just going around, and I could do also some of the wires here. But here's the thing about doing these wires. I really don't want to do those wires till I do the flower, because I don't want to have to try to color around these wires, right? So let me see if you can see some of that silver. There. See the silver on the wheel? So you really want to do, let's see, maybe I can just do this little section in here real quick so you can see. So I want to have all my dark, I want to have everything colored with the color pencil. Anything with the color pencil first. Maybe I can just do a little section here. Because you don't want to have to try to do the coloring. You don't want to have to try to do the coloring around your silver wires. You'll be there all day. Okay, so now I think I got enough shaded in there to do this. All right. So now what I'm going to do is try to have a light touch. I don't have to do every one, but you could do a couple of them. Kind of essence of wires. This will be a little bit of a something there. And these wires here. These kind of X, because there's a couple of them crossing over each other there. But get all your coloring done behind it first. So then you see how you can go over and make those wires? See where they're black wires? Color in your colors, and then you can do the little details like that with the pen on top. So I'm like making those black wires silver. See how that makes it look like real wires? Spokes on that wheel or whatever. So I would do the same thing. I'd wait till I got all these flower petals colored in, shaded, just like this. I'd get them all shaded in, and then all the little wires can go on top. Okay? Same thing over here for this little roller coaster. Let's see if I can do enough to show you. Because you want this flower to have its shape still. It's going to have its shape before you get in here with this. All right, let's see, let me get my black. Still a little bit of shadow underneath, right underneath that. Now, all right, so here's what we're looking at. See the little roller coaster there? Now I'm going to go in here with the silver. Do the edges. Now this part might be wood. It might be metal, but the little slats might be wood. So you might want to go in there with gold or bronze. But now I'm going to do the legs of the roller coaster, right? See? See, I did the legs of the roller coaster. I'm just going to bring this right around there. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? That makes it stand out. So again, we haven't done anything up here. We started drawing the little lines around the wheel there, and then added all the little wires. But you got to do the back first, and I haven't done enough on this flower, these flower petals, to put in those spokes yet, right? But you can see where we put the little stakes of the, and you can even go back in here and maybe put a little bit of shading next to each one just to give it a little more dimension, a little more layers to it there. See? I don't know if you could tell. See the black? The black next to the silver? It just makes it have a little bit more fullness. You're welcome, Devin. Thank you. I'm getting ready to leave myself. We didn't get too far. Okay, so let's do a couple things like maybe, let's see, what color do we want the tint top? Do we want it yellow and red and green? Or black and white and red and yellow? So I'm thinking, so you can get in here with your flare because it's tiny, right? Here's a little, looks like a little firecracker, something going off there, a little rocket thing. So that might have a little yellow tail on that little rocket right there. Maybe this fun fair. The lettering is yellow, bright yellow, so it's really going to stand out. Maybe it's outlined in yellow because it's got light bulbs all around it. And I'll probably put some stickles in there. I'll hold this up because I know it's real hard to see. So kind of just, if you want it to balance out, go through your area with one color at a time. Like this might have some yellow, the top of this. So that's all kind of balanced out. There might be lighting on the inside of these little booths. So they would probably be a brighter yellow on the inside of the booths. That might make those kind of stand out. Maybe the banners might be yellow, or, here's another stripe thing over here. So if you take one color at a time, it'll make it all look cohesive. Okay, there's another stripe tint back there. Maybe this is outlined in yellow. I shouldn't have picked yellow because it's hard to see. So there'll probably be a lot of bright color, yellow, light, because, it's going to be all lit up at night. So find all your lit up areas, probably up here on this little tower and stuff too. Maybe back in here. And you don't have to know what everything is. Maybe some of this tint here is going to be yellow. The inside here, there's another little stand. Okay, and then you might take a red, and you could take your fine liners, depending on how much detail you want to get in here. Maybe some stripes. Maybe this little edge. But with your fine liners, you can get in here and do the tiniest little lettering, little details that you can't really do with the pencil. Here's Hubster's home for lunch. We'll go make us a chicken salad sandwich. Maybe this ticket is in, because it's a fine liner, you can write real little. This little rocket, I might want him to be red. This little these little overhangs, these little things there might be red. Maybe there's some. It's a garage door, in case y'all didn't know. Maybe there's some stripes in this. I'll be down a minute, honey. Almost done. I don't think he heard me. We'll have lunch with him. All right. So just so you can kind of see some of the tiny little with the fine liners, right? And you just got to kind of take your time. Let's get a little, maybe a little orange in that. This bright, hot orange, neon orange. And that little fold over. Maybe back inside there with a tight. I'm almost done. I'll be down in just a second. And then maybe a stripe or two of another color, maybe the green. Maybe these different tints that are different little venues. You're going to have different colors. So that one might be green. This one might be pink. This, it's a circus, so we're going to keep it nice and bright. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope y'all got some ideas. We can always go around some of this with the silver, like, maybe some of this is really popping. I wouldn't do this till the end normally. I would do all these little, like, shiny details. I could put some stickles in here and make it glittery. But there you go. Let's see if you can see some of that. See how you can just get in there with little tiny colors, and then you can do a little shading too. So let me back all the way out so you can get the full picture, because we are so zoomed in. You're going to see how tiny we've been working. See how tiny that little circus is? Doesn't look that tiny, does it? It doesn't look that tiny till you go to work in it. So you can see how it looks from afar. Thanks. Thanks, Kat, and anybody else. Thanks, Scott. Hey, May, it's been a while since I've seen you. Good to see you. Who else? Let's see. I'm sure I've missed some people coming in. Good to see you. In a win. You're welcome. All right, guys. So we've been working in Kerby Rosannes' World Within Worlds, and hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Seeing the new books, the new LoneStar. If y'all missed it at the beginning, showed the new LoneStar books from Miller, Blacklist Universe. Go follow him. Don't forget, at 7 p.m. tonight, I'm going to be on the Comic Book Hut drawing animals. So come support me over there if you can. And because like Pacola said, the scroll is going on tour. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. I hope y'all had fun. Give the video an hour or so to fully render with the chat, because it can take an hour, sometimes two, to get the full chat fully rendered when you watch the recording. All right, guys. Y'all have a great day, and hopefully we'll see you tonight. All right. Bye.